All right, we are live. Look at that perfect row of squares in a rectangle. That's amazing. Hello to anyone watching this. You're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, which you can find at gauntlet-rpg.com. It's a community on the internet gets together and plays tabletop role-playing games online. What could be more fun than that? Don't answer that question because you're you might have some alternatives, but you're watching. You chose to watch this video, so you don't get to say what those alternatives are. In fact, you're watching this game that's being played online, uh, but between some very nice people. Anyway, you can find the Gauntlet at gauntlet-rpg.com. You find all the stuff they do, blogs, forums, podcast network, Codex, which is the monthly zine that they do, which contains supplements to existing games and original games in itself. And also there is the Hangouts calendar to which this game was arranged. We are more than knee deep in this quarterly. I was gonna say knee deep, but like no, we are way more. We're like quicksand wise. We're at the chest height, and at this point, the person's kind of like, I don't know what I signed up for, but this is kind of what's happening. It's like this sense of drama is coming along. And yes, I know I sent out my friend to get the rope to get me out of it at some point, but I don't think they're gonna make it until at least it's neck deep. That's exactly deep. What the fuck did I just say? Um, that's exactly where we are in this quarterly of Masks: A New Generation by Brendan Conway. Powered by the Apocalypse Teenage Superhero Hijinks. We've been using the Phoenix Academy playset Superhero School Shenanigans. I'll put a link down below where you can check all that stuff out. But I'm not going to do any more of a recap because this is session 9 of a 12-part series. And if you're jumping into session 9, then I'm sorry. Go watch from the start. It's all very good. It's all very, very good. So definitely check that out either on YouTube or on your podcast catcher of choice. I should stop drinking coffee, but I will because I'm gonna get everyone to introduce themselves. Introduce yourselves, pronouns, anything you want to plug. I'm bringing that back. If you don't have anything to plug, that's perfectly fine. Want to plug something else that you just want people to find out, that's also totally fine. And then tell us about your character and the cool thing about them. That's a lot to unload. I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. And well, I'm sorry, Ryan. You thought this was gonna be your last session of going first, but you're on for next week. So sorry, you're going first. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry.
Damn you all, trapping me in the left-hand corner. I'm Ryan. I use he/him pronouns, and I'm playing Mary Landry. He uses she or they, sometimes known as Image, who is the innocent flung forward from the 80s from who knows what reason by who knows what people to not be the supervillain that apparently she's supposed to grow up to be, who is at this dance and last time in a huge betrayal was trying to set her up with a pity friend so she would be less boring, and Mary is very, very angry and will probably punch something. Also, she's a shapeshifter. So, yeah.
It wasn't exactly a pity friend, but if you wanna like see it that way.
Mary has read this as pity friend, and she is so offended.
It's amazing. All right. All right. We'll meet so-called pity friend later. A few more character rows down. Up next, though, Sabine, tell us about yourself and character and a very cool thing about them.
Hello, my name is Sabine. I use any pronouns. I also have a cold, which you maybe may hear. And if I turn off my camera, it's because I have to blow my nose, which I will do a lot this session. So, well, okay. I'm playing the Serenade of Florence, who used to use the weapons playbook as now the transformed. They have an implant in their head, which is slowly taken over their body, but it's consensual, so don't worry. They are fine. They are very fine with this, with all of this. What they are not so fine with is having to go to this dance, but they used to kill their younger siblings, and now one of them is back, apparently, and that younger sibling asked to go to the dance, so that's where Serenade is now. And since they do not really appreciate the person who made this dance thing a big thing, they played around a bit with the music, and now it's a glitch hop Beethoven. And they are probably very underdressed because they are only wearing an old Aegis uniform costume thingy, which is mostly a body stocking and a sort of mask. And there's a cat in the picture, yay! And I'm going to be quiet now.
Yeah, probably the one person who didn't want to go to this dance, probably the one having the best time. But well, not comparative to the other three. We're gonna be joined by a kind of literal demon princess who might be enjoying themselves. We'll talk. We'll see her later. But first, someone who's caught in between two dates because God knows why. Ludo, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Ludo. I go by any pronouns, and I'm trying to stay awake because my coffee is not working as well as Andrew is. I'm playing Kasey Dread, the artist formerly known as Regicide, that now goes by Errant. And yeah, they went with the flawed logic that two wrongs make a right. So if you get two bad dates, it counts as a good one, right? So yeah, and they've been kind of trying to escape because they came dressed as a tricoteuse from the 18th century, a French tricoteuse of a certain event associated, let's say. And they've been trying to get away from their date, which thankfully, thanks Based Silhouette for this blessing on these most stressful of days. And now they are kind of trying to figure out what the deal is with Screech at the same time that they need to get ready for their other date.
Yeah, insert panel of Diamond Dust looking quite imperious and scanning the sea of inebriated masked people with gusto. You can't really scan imperiously with gusto, can't you? You can't. I should stop drinking this coffee. All right. Like I said, we'll leave our returning character for last, and instead let's go meet David, your character, who we'll be seeing for the last time in a player capacity. Who knows? They might show up again. It's Prospect City. But yeah, tell us about yourself and your character, David.
Yeah, certainly. Hi, my name's David. I use he, him pronouns. And I am playing this evening Zero G, a former criminal on the rehabilitation program at Prospect Academy. Last time we saw Zero G, he was he had, as I say, he's been kind of running in some conflict with some of his old comrades from the other side of the street, namely and most significantly Silhouette, the future form of Mary. Silhouette has been asking Zero G to basically keep tabs on Mary, and you get Mary involved in things, I suppose, is probably the best way of putting it. They confessed this to Mary last time, but it didn't go too well, that whole conversation. As such, Zero G was going to spend some time doing some quality anti-hero brooding in his dorm room while the dance was going on, until realizing that Silhouette was likely to try and do something after they visited him in his room. Rescued Screech, who Silhouette is currently impersonating, and is going to the is currently on the way to the dance in order to prevent what I believe I described last time as some sort of carry situation from happening.
Yeah, we'll see how that happens, how that go. But then again, got a fairy from some story dimension apparently in this dance. So Garen, tell us about your character, yourself, and then your character.
My name is Gerwin. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Princess Hollyhock, who is using the Outsider playbook and is the former imaginary friend of one of the NPC. Well, we assume one of the NPCs actually attended the school. What they actually are may be something a bit more complicated. Some people say fae, some people say demon. There may be some truth to all of that. And she, as I said, she's playing the Outsider playbook, and she's a little bit. She hasn't been seen much recently because she got herself a job. She skipped classes in school, and given the test results that I mucked up last time, I'm expecting that to come back to haunt me at some point during the night.
I'm sure in the middle of this Silver Masquerade is a fine time for one of your teachers to like just question your academic standing. Actually, I can imagine some teachers doing that. Give me a second. Okay, maybe someone's wish of someone getting punched might just happen. Not just in the background. All right, cool. So before we get into the game proper, let's talk about the safety tools that we're using for it today. First off, remind folks about our lines and veils. Lines are things that won't be crossed, just won't show up in fiction at all. Veils are things that can happen in fiction, but we're not going to concentrate on them. They'll happen off screen or a line or two, or, we'll fast forward over them. So to speak, we're also using the X card for this session. Basically, if we do roll into a scene, or folks feel uncomfortable for any reason, and any reason's fine, and no one has to explain what that reason is. They can say they want X card that either in the chat or on the video, just make a symbol here, or just call it out. I might ask some questions on what's being X carded, but no one gets to question if the card itself is played. No one gets to ask reasons or question the use of the card. If it happens, it happens. We roll back and try something else. And finally, we have an open door policy. If folks need to step away from the table at any time, whether there's an emergency they need to take care of, they're more tired than they thought, need to lie down, or they really, really, really need to go. I've made this joke about this coffee so many times. It's never really happened, but it might happen tonight. Who knows? I've drank so much coffee. It might just happen. And we'll pause the game at any point, any time, and we'll step away. All right. So before we start, Sabine, you had a rules question thing. Was it the thing you were talking about on Twitter?
Yeah, exactly. It was the team move thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I realized that I can't use the transformed team move because that would make me move my mundane up, and I can't because I've locked that. So I've asked on Twitter, and one suggestion that I quite liked was that I should just use the team move from my previous playbook, and I was wondering if that was all right with you.
Yeah. Let me see the previous team move from the weapon, right?
Yeah, right. That was when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, ask them what they think you should do to make amends for your past, and take one forward towards acting on their advice. And I think that might still be useful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that could still be useful. You've got there's a literal walking reminder of your past.
Yeah, I've still got issues.
Yeah, and there's still some stuff left over from previous sessions that I just remembered right now. Like, do you remember that time you looked into the Serenade implants memories, and for some reason gave you a memory of Prospect Academy?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
okay. It's weird. Wonder why that happened. Wonder why I'm bringing that up today, even though I have nothing planned about that little thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm totally fine with you. Okay, full disclosure, I actually don't have anything planned. That just came up at the top of my head. Of a loose plot thread. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a quick round of like where everyone is, and then I'm gonna ask about where Princess Hollyhock is in this dance. So just to set the scene for everyone. Zero G has just asked out Screech to the dance after saving her from a pot of black goo. That happened. So I'm gonna assume they're on their way because Screech is not gonna say no to that, even though she just got rescued from a weird black goo. She's not gonna say no to that. You asked her out, and she's not so obvious about wanting that to happen. Serenade is hiding with their murder sibling. I think that's the official term for your siblings.
Yes, but I'm not really hiding. I'm just not dancing. I'm just standing in some corner and watching for the opportunity to get away from here.
Yeah. Your sibling, the Lament of Shadows, who seems to be having fun speaking with you. Mary had been dancing with Stalwart. Stalwart's trying their best. They seem nervous. They were about to say they were about to reveal. They were about to say that they wanted to tell you something, and then the two of you got interrupted by Screech with their magic wand thing, who has just rescued Kasey from aforementioned steampunk guy. Who I really need to give him a superhero name. His name is Victor. Well, what's a proper stupid steampunk sort of name? Wayfarer, some sort of exploring term, because that sucks. Victorious
Safari man.
Safari. God.
And then always people come up to him and ask him about some browser stuff, which he doesn't understand.
He's not hip. Sex. Okay. All right. I see the chat's gonna distract me all night. So that's what's happening. Screech is interrupting Mary in Stalwart's dance and has dragged Kasey along. But Princess Hollyhock, I know you've been busy with your new job, with having to learn from one of the senior workers there, Enid, who's kind of a grumpy guts, but she seems fine. But obviously you're not going to miss this dance, right? It's a Silver Masquerade.
Oh, I can't miss this dance. I promised I'd be there. In fact, I promised I would help out with the dance in some way.
Ooh, how did you help out?
Let's just say that the original band is tied up somewhere.
God. What's okay? When this comic book opens and we cut to the band, what do we see?
I think we see the band being chased through the streets of Prospect City by large black dogs.
Okay, all right. Okay,
large black dogs with flaming eyes.
Okay, all right. Okay, as things go, could have been worse. Okay, so that's happening in Prospect City. But when we cut to the stage here in our gym that's bigger on the inside, what do we see?
I think there's the boxes for the voting for the prom king and queen.
Oh dear.
I think Holly has offered to watch the boxes and encourage people to vote.
Ooh, okay. I think how are you doing that? Because I think I have an NPC to throw at you, but how are you doing that?
I'm being very, very enthusiastic, people. Very enthusiastic. In fact, I'm butting in. I'm coming over, and I'm basically butting into people dancing, taking over, trying to actually cut in, and then dance people over to the boxes and subtle suggestions that have you voted yet?
Yeah, I think this one you talk to. Ooh, it's probably Paradox 4, who's a harbinger. It's been I would like to think that voting is quite essential since we are sliding into an inevitable future of dark gray dullness. But if you insist.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Tell me more. How can we stop it?
Well, I've been sent here from my dark, depressing dystopian future to avert such catastrophes. But unfortunately, my travels has scrambled my brain to an extent where the details of the history have been muddled to me. I did not expect to be in this school. I did not expect to be in this dance. I did not expect to be talking to someone like you.
Oh, you say the nicest things.
I think who the hell would Paradox 4 be dancing with? I don't know. I think they're kind of Again, the quicker eyebrow, like I did. It's just, well, even though the future I come from is leached of all color, one must always remember their manners.
Who leached it?
We have word that, and as he says that, a hand kind of like comes from off panel and kind of like pushes him away, and I think it's Diamond Dust. They are wearing like they're wearing an Ice Queen sort of outfit. It's proper like decked out, kind of like not Frozen, but the Snow Queen. There's an aesthetic difference there for sure. Probably a bit more fur and layered. Her hair's done up, and she rounds up to you and just says like, who authorized you to help with the vote, to make people vote? I've been hearing stuff about you all night.
Oh, they've been talking about me. Oh, is it anything good?
Some people have said that they appreciate someone enthusiastic about this. Others have been saying you've been butting in on their precious dance time. And again, who made you do this? Because I didn't.
I point to the notice board down at the far end of the hall. It said help wanted.
And did you talk to anyone about this help, or did you just start doing it?
Oh, you don't need to ask. I'm happy to do it.
In the future, I would prefer to be asked. This is a bit.
I'm. And she almost shrinks back into herself, and some of the sparkle and some of the light that was around her fades somewhat. Oh, I'm doing it again, aren't I? I'm sorry.
I would like to point out that Diamond doesn't have influence over you because she's not an adult, but you do have influence over her. I mean,
I'm giving her influence over me.
Oh shit! You're just gonna do that? Okay.
Yep, I'm just going to give her influence over me. Story-wise, it makes perfect sense.
Okay. Well, she's immediately gonna use it. She says like, "Yes, you're doing it again. You're coloring out of the lines. You've always done this. How have you not changed? This night is very important to me, and I don't know if you can appreciate that, but I would appreciate that you'd care that this night is very important to me." She is using her influence, which you just gave, to shift your labels. And I will point out that this is the first time. Well, this is the second time she's explicitly mentioned that she knows you. For sure. She looks very stressed. Despite her looking quite regal, she looks quite stressed. It's a big night. For some reason, Beethoven but glitchy is playing. And her one of her posse has just dunked his head into the punch bowl, and which has been spiked. I forget who spiked it, but it has been spiked. And he's not great. But she is telling you to be a bit more mundane and a bit less freakish. Accept or do you reject that?
I'm going to accept that.
All right. The label shift. Boom. All right. So, all right. How does Princess Hollyhock respond to this?
I'm sorry.
I think Diamond just lets out a frustrated sigh, and it's like, didn't your friend give you the message? I wanted to talk.
You wanted to scold me.
That's not what I told them. I told them I wanted to talk. That's you assuming things. She says in a scolding manner.
I may be different, but I'm not that different.
No, that's
I-
no.
I'm what you've made me.
I think she looks like she's about to burst, and she says like, no, that's the problem. You haven't changed one bit.
And
You're
you
still-
have.
Immensely. Now go. You know what? This is a dance. Just for once, stop helping. Enjoy yourself. Okay? Do you even know how to do that?
No. The entirety of my life has been to make the other people enjoy themselves. And I'll turn and walk away.
I do want to a quick check in. Are you okay with that, Gerwin?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. It's weird playing a mean girl. All right. Let's see. Who should we cut to? Let's cut to. You know what? Let's cut to Mary. Let's cut to Mary and the gang. Let's not build up to this. Yes. Oh, which Mary? Okay. The Mary that we should care about. The PC Mary. Actually, no, Kasey will be there as well. So let's set the scene. Stalwart is saying, oh wait, no. You see Screech waving at you as she's dragging Kasey along.
Yeah, and I recognize that kind of exuberant wave because that's how I look in the mirror.
Yeah, they're really not trying right now, aren't they? So they bound up to you. They look giddy. They take out their wand and they do the thing that Screech does, which spells out the words. That's how Screech talks to people. Oh no, she didn't call out. They made words appear in between Mary and Stalwart to like separate them. I think Stalwart is awkwardly kind of like stood back as Screech kind of says like, "Hey, how are y'all doing? I just had to rescue Kasey from her date. How did you end up with that guy again?" To Kasey.
Well, how did you end up with no date?
Screech kind of like, I think you know, and you don't need to rub it in my face.
Ha! Now, considering that Screech was supposed to go with me, this has to cause a big red flaring across Kasey's mind. You know what? I made a promise to you. I owe you a dance. I mean, Stalwart was clearly discussing something with Mary. What? It can wait. Just 5 minutes. Come dance with me. Come on, Screech. I promised you.
Roll to provoke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, did I put a link to the roll for party?
Oh, shit. It said, I had that condition, which I had 4 sessions.
Oh, no, I'll put it up again.
Oh, let's see.
Just in case, because there's y'all are rambunctious in the chat there. Yes, Diamond Dust is an ass. She's absolutely an ass.
So, oh, good. None of my conditions affect this.
What's your condition?
Hopeless and afraid.
Cool. Oh yeah, I think the one that affects provoke is guilty. So yeah, you're gonna roll with superior.
8.
8. All right. So on the 7 to 9, they can instead choose one. I think they're going to stumble. I think there's a moment where like you'll notice this. Screech opens her mouth as if to say something and then changes her mind. And then says like, well, I just thought since we're all friends to just meet up. It's a dance. And then they turn to Mary. It's like, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything.
I just pull her out. Come on, Screech, it's just a dance. I promise I'm gonna take you back as soon as we are done. if you are in such a rush to be rid of me.
Not in a rush. Just thought, we can have like a fun huddle. That's what that's called, right?
We will. We have the after party. Come on, dance with me.
I think when they say fun huddle, it's like they say that looking at you, Mary, as if like that's a. Is this fun huddle a term Mary would use? Or am I projecting?
I hadn't thought of it before, but Mary would totally refer to something as a fun huddle. That sounds like Mary.
Yeah, that's
Mary is mostly interested in Pierce the Mask for what is this person who is obviously not Screech trying to do. But Kasey's busy trying to make not Screech dance, which is hilarious, so I don't want to stomp on that move.
That's fair. All right. Let's see. This is something else. I don't want to make you to roll provoke again, but that sounds like what you're trying to do. You have a +1 now because they are totally stumbling. This does not directly engage a threat, but it kind of is. No, it's not. You wouldn't know it's Silhouette, so it's not yet a threat. Oh, go on. You have a suggestion, Mary?
Oh, I was just going. If I did manage to pierce the mask, one of the options is, what could I do to make you do a thing?
Ooh, all right. How are you piercing the mask? You just... Oh, go ahead.
My mask piercing idea was really just... Mary knows Mary, so trying to read this person, like... Were I pretending to be a Screech, what would I be up to? I know what my future self is doing. Not so different.
Oh, God. Is that line going to be used? Okay, cool.
Yes, I always have influence over myself. Wait, no, I never have influence over myself. All these options are...
No, yeah. They never lose their influence over you. That's the thing. They just never do. Do you want to try and pierce the mask? Because I do want to get a roll for me, or like a move triggered for me.
I would love to, especially because I'm angry, which means I'm bad at it. So that's...
yeah.
3 + 5. No, I don't have influence over them, so a 5.
Oh boy, mark potential. Okay, here's what happens. Even in the din of the glitch hop Beethoven and the noise and the dancing and whatnot, Kasey, you hear the sonorous sounds of Victor going, Sania, my dear, we have a dance we need to finish. And he'll plow his way through and and he's wearing a new top hat. It's like velvet black, but the gears are still spinning on it. And I think he goes over to Kasey and says, Sania, my dear, they're playing a most interesting version of Chopin's Nocturne something or other. That's what he says. He actually doesn't know what this music, and it's not Chopin that's being played right now. And he says like, I must show you this most magnificent dance I learned on the internet. And I think Screech kind of says like, well, don't let me get in the way of your date, Kasey. I can only rescue you that once. This spell, it's tricky to pull off again. And I'm sorry, Kasey, I'm using a hard move. Victor's gonna totally try to dance you. He's gonna succeed at dancing you away before he can say anything. And I think Screech then turns to Mary. Oh yeah, he totally reached into his jacket and pulled out a pop-up hat. And Screech kind of turns to you and says like, oh, it's a shame. I should be looking forward to our fun huddle. I guess it's just the three of us. And Stalwart kind of says like, well, I was hoping to continue a conversation with Mary here. And then Screech says a thing, but it's in your voice, Mary. And Silhouette says, we can continue this conversation later. Well, you can continue this conversation later. And I think before Stalwart could react, Screech drags you, Mary, or Silhouette, sorry, we should use the right names. Silhouette drags you into the dance. And we'll start dancing with you. And then we'll cut away from you for the moment. Serenade of Thorns. I want 0G to make a big entrance with Screech. Serenade of Thorns. I think. What are you thinking right now? What's your demeanor? You kind of help you. Your murder sibling has kind of like agreed to your request to help to mess something up. But how are you feeling right now?
Well, we have messed this up. This is now a bit glitchy. People are hopping about, which I can't or won't join. What I'm feeling right now is I want to get out of here. I'm really not comfortable with all these people and wearing masks, and I don't know who. I mean, I probably recognize most of them anyway by their by the signature of their bio signs, but I think Serenade is just really massively uncomfortable with large amounts of people around them because they are always afraid that somebody will stumble into them and trigger some defense instincts, and that's why they're hanging at the back.
Oh yeah, last time you were at a dance, you ended up beating up some people, right? No, yeah, that didn't happen.
Yes, that happened. That was totally Alan's fault, but I mean, it was mostly Jamie who told the Serenade, "Go, let go of yourself, dance, just don't think, just let go of yourself." That was brilliant.
Oh, sure. Blame someone who's not here. Nice.
Yes.
No,
yes.
All right. Would the lament? Would they notice that you're uncomfortable?
Probably. I mean, I'm terrible at hiding stuff like that.
Okay. I think they would. And I think they were about to suggest to go somewhere, then they see you and it's like, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Honestly, are you okay?
My physical functions are fine.
That's not what I care about. You okay? How are you feeling right now?
I am both bored and nervous. But the question is, how are you feeling? I'm not here for myself.
Oh, well, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Now I'm trying to pierce the mask, which I forgot previously that I could do that. Well, maybe. I mean, this is rolled with mundane, right?
Yeah,
so
it is
I'm probably going to fail, but hey, I'm rolling it anyway. Oh, wow, I rolled an 11, so I'm at 9. That's not too bad.
You rolled an 11, so I get a 9. Amazing. All right, one question.
I think I have 2, but...
oh, yes, always on a miss. You can ask that question. Always on a miss.
When you pierce someone's mask, you can always ask. What are you
always
afraid of? Oh, okay, so I don't get another one. I can.
No. It means you get that question. You can always ask it, including the one you get from the roll.
Oh, okay.
That's what it always means.
Where is Pierce the Mask? There are the questions. Really? Okay, I want to know. I think, what do you intend to do? I want to find out what their ultimate agenda here is, if they are honest in saying that they want to connect, or if there is something more nefarious at play.
What does Serenade think?
They don't know. That's why they are trying to suss that out.
Yeah. Man, I wish there was a failure to ask you that question, but no. Okay. I think what you get. I think the lament will say this right now and say, well, yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, and I thought like there's a part of me that kind of wanted to go to this dance because I've never been to a dance of some sort, of this sort, and I thought you hadn't been it either, and I thought,
no, have not.
I don't know. I thought this could be like something we could do together, but I guess I should have asked what you wanted to do.
It does not matter. If this is what you want to do, we do this.
Of course, it matters. It matters, of course. I want to know what you want to do. I shouldn't have asked because For a while, I thought. For a while, I was worried that, when what happened with you killed us, killed me. I thought that that was something. Not that you wanted it, because I knew how we grew up. No one. I don't think any of us wanted that sort of thing. Well, maybe Arya, but she's an asshole. But I don't know. Part of the city thing with the shadows, trying to make sure. I was just worried that you weren't against what you did, but now I'm not worried anymore. And now I genuinely do. I really want to know, what do you want to do? Because I genuinely don't know, and I'm excited to find out.
Well, what I want to do. I want to learn. And this is learning, I guess. So this is fine. I also want to make amends to you. So if this is doing that, it is only 2 or 3 hours. I can stand 2 or 3 hours of a dance.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yes. Are you enjoying yourself?
I think they smile. I think they get that you're being sincere. And are you being sincere? Actually, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, Serenade is usually not sincere, I guess.
I think that they do smile. It's like, yeah, I'm having fun. Well, also, I did say that part of you going with me as just a thing is so that some of you've met some of the people who quote unquote follow me. I didn't want to have to go with them.
Oh, I do not understand why you have these followers if you do not like being around them.
Look, there's a point where it's just easier to put them in the group. At least I know where they're coming from. Within physically, so I know what they're doing. It just became easier.
Have they also been dead?
No, they're just big fans of where we came from.
Of the choir?
Yeah. No. Apparently, the choir is not as secret as we thought it was. It does have fans.
Okay.
I know it's dumb.
Yes.
Anyway, I hope we don't have to run into them. But come on, you have friends. Why don't we go run into them? Maybe they'll be less boring.
Yes, let's go. We can go and meet Princess Hollyhock.
I'd be up for that.
She usually has some ideas about how to make matters better. Better.
I think they'll nod and agree to that, and you'll go into the fray, into the dance fray, so to speak.
I'm trying to move around at the edges to find Holly.
Okay, all right. Okay, yeah, they'll come along with you along the edges. All right, we'll cut away from you and to. All right, 0G. How are you making your grand entrance? Are you making some sort of entrance?
So I think actually what as we're sort of coming, across the school grounds, I'm going to turn to Screech and say, I guess we're going to need costumes. We could see if we can mug a couple of people outside, or we could the drama club. They've probably got something there.
Their mouth is still very tight and closed. They don't have their wand. Silhouette stole it. So when you say mug, they're like, and I think, we do have a drama club. What the hell did we name them? The Muses. Yeah, there we go. Oh God. And I think Screech will just be like, you can probably get to say like, we don't need to mug people. And okay, here's what they're gonna do. They reach into like their clothes. They're wearing like, this is typical emo coats, and they pull out a small leather bound book, and it says there like, handy spells for teens or something like that. And they press the book to you and they flip to the page, and they put it at you, and it says, there's the spell that she puts out, that she gives you, is instant costume change. And and like, you can see why she's never used it, because it requires spoken incantations. But it'll let you weave a costume out of thin cloth.
So is this going to be some sort of Cinderella type situation?
She nods her head way too enthusiastically.
Cool. Well, I've never been a fairy godmother before, but let's see what we can do. And yeah, I will try and incant this spell.
Okay. No, I'm not interested in any bad consequences. Like, I'm 40% interested, but not enough to make you roll for this. So I'm just gonna let you describe what costume you get.
Yeah. So I think yeah, Zero G is going to end up in something that's very Phantom of the Opera looking, the white mask and long cape and all that. And well, what does Screech look like when it's?
Let's see. I describe not Silhouette playing a Screech as having like this, I think, a filigree sort of mask and a suit. There's a recording of this. I'm probably completely wrong, but I think this Screech totally gets a fancy masquerade plague mask for sure, which I think someone suggested last week, and she totally gets that. And it's got this like nice sort of delicate looking black gothic dress that it looks like it's, and there's like silver lining all over it that it looks like it's made of like spider webs or whatnot. And she looks rad, and I think part of the spell is like came from Zero G. So I think she's miming something as if to say like, how do I look? And she does a twirl around you, in front of you.
Yeah, that's great. It suits you. And I think with that he will offer his arm and say, "Well, let's get the party started."
She'll take your arm. You can tell she really wants to swoon into your arms, but she'll just take the arm for now. All right.
Yeah, and yeah, with that, he'll make sense. I don't think he's going to go for like making a grand entrance, as it were. I think he's just going to sort of enter, but he's going to be obviously on the lookout for Silhouette and Mary.
Do you want to assess then as you walk in?
I would. I'm not very good at it at the moment, but I will absolutely try.
No, you try. If you fail, you get XP.
Indeed.
It's with superior.
Oop, damn it! Just close the window.
Let's see. You're guilty. No. Oh, you take a -2 because you're guilty. Why did I make you make this roll? I'm sorry.
That's a 7 after penalties, so it could be worse.
It could be much worse. Yeah. All right. Ask one question. You can take +1 while acting on the answers.
Excellent. Yeah. So I think the question. Yeah, I think it probably is going to be what here is the biggest threat. Seems the obvious one.
All right. So I think I'll use this to like give you the lay of the land so you can see where everyone is, and this will be a nice lead into our break. You'll see you'll see Kasey being okay. Kasey, Victor is dancing around you, but I don't think you're dancing with him. No, absolutely not. You're muted.
Actually, I have my arms crossed with the length of clock inside, and it's like I'm playing with my crochet needles, which are wands. So I'm basically waiting for the first opportunity to change out of uniform and become errant.
Oh yes.
That's so nice, Victor. Please go on.
God, that is far too real. Oh yeah, I think I use the success of this move to give Zero G a roadmap where everyone is. And except for Serenade, because Serenade's good at being stealthy, and you've got your murder sibling the Lament of Shadows to help you out with that. Actually, I do want to know when Zero G does his scan, where is Holly? What's Holly up to?
Holly's at the table, and there's several empty cups by her, and she has a cup of punch in her hand. Well, a half-empty cup of punch in her hand.
Can you believe the two people on this table have the same drive, and that drive involves getting drunk with a teammate? Can you believe that? All right. I almost want to say that's the biggest threat. No, that's not true. That's not true. You'll see probably Diamond Dust is actually kind of near you because she's near the entrance. She looks stressed, flustered. She's doing the foot tapping thing. She's waiting for someone. But I think what draws your eye is at the center of this dance, underneath like this weird glitchy chandelier that's being held up by, I don't know, some sort of weird space-time construction because his gym is weird. You'll see Mary being led in a dance with Screech. Well, it's not Screech. You know who it is. There's it feels like you maybe blink for a moment and you see that Mary's suddenly dancing with someone else, and then suddenly dancing with someone else, and you can see that they're talking, and then it goes back to Screech, and then for a split second you swear you see that Mary's dancing with herself, and then back to Screech. I don't think there's any threat bigger than that. So we've been here for an hour. Let's take a break. Let's take 10. We got everyone set up, and now I think it's time to everyone to start colliding with each other. It's gonna be great. 10 minutes. Let's see y'all, folks. God. I seriously consider getting another mug of coffee, but like, no, that's worrying. Shouldn't be drinking that much coffee anyway. Anyway, tea would be nice. Maybe in our second break, tea would be lovely. But should you mix coffee and tea? It's not like mixing alcohol. No, I should drink tea. Tea would be nice. All right, we'll think about that on our next break. Do we even have tea in the house? Oh, I hope we do. So I turned to my right and I immediately see like 10 bottles of wine. I was like, no, no, never tried it. GM while tipsy. That could go places. I've done that before. Oh well, you're not GMing, Gerwin. There's a difference. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing, and well, you do you. All right, let's cut to. I think tipsy fiasco would be quite something. Ooh, I mean, I need to float that to some friends. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna follow probably like that same order that we went through. So we're gonna cut to Holly. How you doing, Holly?
She's not doing too well at the moment. She's despondent, I think is the best way to describe it. It's like all the joy has gone out of her. She's just looking around the room and she's looking at her cup and she's not sipping so much as gulping and
all right, I think that will be the state that Serenade finds you. If that's okay with you, with both of you.
Fine with me.
Fine with me too. Sorry. I will approach you. Good evening, Holly.
Hi, Serenade.
I wanted to introduce you to Osprey, who is my sibling.
Hello.
You see, there's a brief look of relief when you say sibling, and that vanishes very quickly. Oh, hello.
I thought you could do something interesting.
What are we doing to her now?
I am not doing anything. I just wondered if you usually are somebody I would go to for fun.
Yeah, okay.
You seem sad.
What gave it away? And she poured herself another cup of the punch.
Which has been
the fact that you are not sparkling and your general despondent demeanor.
I've lost it.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to know a secret? And she'll lean in, and you can smell the alcohol in her breath.
Well, is it your secret to tell?
Yeah, it is.
Then I want to know it.
I don't want her back.
I think she has lost you, maybe.
You wanted to show her up. How's that going?
Not that great.
Let's do something about that.
Okay.
Are we here to cause mayhem?
Apparently we are. I am told that this is something normal teenagers do.
Yeah, I've been told that as well. Not had a chance to do it.
Neither have I. Unless you, well, you know.
Well, Different kind of mayhem, not
Yes.
teenage mayhem.
Yes. What do you have in mind, Holly?
Well, she dips her finger into the punch, dips another finger in and puts it into the bowl and swirls the bowl. Let's start with this.
What are we going to do with it?
Let's cause a bit of mayhem.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
And I want to use my my move that allows me to modify existing tech.
Punch? Okay.
The effect I want is anyone drinking that punch, their inner monologue becomes external.
Okay. All right. Alchemical punch. Sure. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Okay. This is going to extend to anyone who drinks the punch from here on in.
From here on in, yes.
Okay. Yes, my alchemical punch or map. What do you roll out again? That's with free.
That's with
right?
freak, unfortunately. This can go
Oh,
wrong.
This could go horribly wrong.
And that would be a 9.
Okay, all right, okay. It's not the worst. All right. So it just works. On a hit, you create a device that can do something impossible once and then fizzle. So what does this look like once this punch has been touched by magic?
I think the punch glows briefly. These cheap effects you get in 1980s movies, the cheap painted on effects. She touches it, the punch glows. There's a sparkle of energy goes across it. It glitters, and it becomes the most. It looks like the most inviting drink in the world. You could smell its fruity fragrance from across the room. It just calls out to people to drink it.
I think, it's gonna work once. So I think what will define once is probably. What I'm gonna say is it'll work long enough for interesting things to happen. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
For sure. I think the first person drawn to the punch is, let's see, whoever. Well, Paradox 4. We'll just keep dumping him into these sort of things. As soon as you do the magic, there's a moment, and like Paradox 4, who I've described as looking like a Borg, clanks by and just suspiciously takes the punch.
No, I will take a cup of the punch and I go, yeah, you look thirsty, and I'll hand him.
Thanks. Aqua sources from my timeline are quite scarce. Frankly, I'm amazed that they're in quite some supply here in this past. But I'll partake of it.
Try it. You'll find this colorful.
They take a sip. It's like they're like, it's like he's got like future programs that are like processing through something, but your effect is magical and whatnot. So I think what they'll start spouting. I don't have a prepared monologue for him, so I think he starts saying that like, this past is quite colorful and ridiculous, but I fear that it is far too ridiculous even for myself. I fear that my mission has been lost already. I have a name, but I have no recourse. My future will happen. All of you, look forward to a world of gray, because I have failed my mission. And he crushes the cup in his hands. I have failed my
No, you haven't. There's still time. What's the name?
There is no time.
There is always time.
I must find this one Ash Hyde. She is the key to our she's the key to bring about our future. She must be stopped. And he puts his hands on your shoulders, Mrs. Hollock. I pass on to you this duty. You who have shown me something. You've shown me something, I'm quite sure. I'm just not sure exactly what that something is, but you have shown me this. You have her name now.
Yes, I will look for her. I'll turn to look at Serenade and sorry, what was Serenade's sibling called?
Lament, who is
Osprey. I introduced them as Osprey because that seems to be the name they're going with at school. So
I think we found something to have a bit of fun with this evening.
that was weirdly communicative.
Oh, would you like some punch?
I cannot partake in anything that contains things that would make me lose any kind of control.
Oh, go on. It'll help.
No.
And
That's the last time somebody told me this. Several people got hurt. No.
Sabine, I believe I have influence over you at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. I will reject that.
Oh.
Of course I will. I mean.
No, this is quite important. Yeah. Yeah, because the last time Serenade was in the dance. They did lose control and people did get hurt.
Yes.
Reject over.
Yeah.
For sure.
I rolled just with nothing, right?
With nothing.
Cool. I've rolled a 4. No, I don't reject it. Wait, what happens if I don't make the roll?
Well, actually, no, let's circle back a bit. Because I if we need to roll, we'll keep that roll in mind. But I do want to circle back a bit, and I do want to clarify, Hollyhock. What are you using your influence over Serenade for?
I'm trying to get her to lighten up and basically just.
Okay.
I'm trying to get her to actually try and enjoy the party a bit and trying to actually engage with it a bit.
Okay. What's the label shift? Because here's how I'm going to lay it out. You can say like, the label shift will still happen because Serenade rolled a miss, but they'll take a condition. But if they don't want the drink, they're not going to drink it.
Okay, I'm totally fine with that.
But I think whatever else you want to add to like the words hit hard, you can say that, and I think it will affect Serenade. Well, what's the label shift?
I can't shift your mundane up, can I? It's locked.
Super locked.
And your savior's already at 3.
No, that's superior.
Okay, so sorry, superior. So I think I'm gonna actually shift your savior up by 1 and your superior down by 1.
Cool.
Okay. How are you feeling, Serenade? Because you have to take a condition as part of this failed roll.
I think I could go with guilty again. Because, come on, last time I let go of myself, I hurt people. And I'm remembering that because usually I hurt people when I lose any kind of control.
So are you going to take the punch?
No, I'm not going to take the punch, but I will do something else that they asked me to do.
Do you say that to Holly?
Yes, I say I will not drink this punch, but what else do you think I should do?
Let's dance, but properly dance.
No. Yes. No.
You can feel the music in you.
Exactly.
I know you can.
Exactly. You want me to feel the music? You want me to kill these people? Please don't. Please don't try to get me to lighten up, because if I do, bad things happen. I am a killer. I am a weapon. I'm a machine made to hurt people. Please don't make me do this.
Let's see. This is say. I think a move is being triggered here.
Say you say you're made to hurt people. That's exactly the same that I've been saying all this time. I am what people have made me. That's not the case. That really isn't the case.
Well,
You know,
last time I lost control. I heard her. I point at Diamond Dust. You want that to happen again? The time before, I left people in a dance hall on the floor bleeding. And the time before, I killed them, and I point at Osprey. So maybe understand this.
you keep on pointing to all the times you failed. You don't talk about the times that you succeeded.
And the times I succeeded, I punched the right people.
Do you know what they taught us in phys ed? Do you know the difference between ballet and martial arts? It's a little flick at the end.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Come dance with me.
Holly, please leave me alone. Just not. I can't. I don't want to hurt you, and I will. Trust
I
me.
can take it. I can take
I
it.
can't. I can't.
I'm going to reach out for a hand and stop, and then hold my hand out.
No.
Trust me.
This is a roll of some sort. But okay. I do want to I don't want to put this to a roll, honestly, because several moves are being triggered here. I think Serenade's vulnerability move is being triggered here. Seek to make amends and whatnot. But I do want to know. I'm going to ask Sabine this. Is there anything Holly could do that could actually make Serenade take the dance?
No, I don't think so. Not after the first time they danced. That went so wrong.
Okay.
There is a room full of people, and they might get jostled, and they might lose control, and they don't want to do that.
Okay.
But maybe we can do it like this. I go dance with Holly, and then I roll for unleashing my powers.
What are you unleashing? Wait.
Well, I have these impossible fighting skills, so maybe I can keep control here and not hurt people.
Well, okay.
I'd also get to unleash my powers as well, because I am incredibly tough as one of my power sets.
Okay. Let's go with that. But yeah, I think I did ask the question. What could Holly kind of say to make you dance? Okay, here I think is where Osprey kind of interjects. Let's say I forget that they're in the scene, and they say "Look, was nice meeting you, Princess. Nice trick over there, but I think if Serenade doesn't want to, they don't want to. And I appreciate you're trying to help. Really. Nice trick with a punch. That Paradox guy he needed to spell out his deal sometime soon. But it's up to Serenade. It's
I don't want to do this.
What do you want to do? And don't. I know I asked you this before, and you said something fun, but genuinely, what do you want to do? Go ahead, Bjorn.
Serenade.
Hold on. Can I pause this because my doorbell is ringing? I'm sorry. This is a bad moment, but I have to let someone in.
Yes, go.
Let's take a minute or two. I'm going to take a minute or two. I'm sorry. I really have to. There's no one else in this house. I'm sorry. BRB.
So I have to ask: is this Ash Hyde someone that's already been established in the game?
What? Excuse me, didn't hear that.
This person the Paradox mentioned, is this someone who's already been established in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
Enid's best bud who had neon pink hair, or was it Enid herself?
Sorry,
It was a friend of Sabine.
That was a friend of Serenade's, right? Ash Hyde is a...
Wait, Serenade, not Sabine. They both start with S. I'm already
Yes,
failing.
I know. I'm sorry.
Also, they were part of another campaign before that.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I normally would let someone else take it, but no one else in the house, and it's been a remarkably shit day weather-wise. And it's still kind of raining. It's like shit day. National icon passed away. It's not a great day for Ireland right now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, okay. Sorry, I was interrupting something that Kevin was saying.
Serenade. I'm not going to try and change you. And she'll step away. And she'll walk out of the hall.
I think you passed by Diamond Dust. It's waiting there. And again, what did she tell you?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, I think you walk. You okay? Hold on. Let me go back. So Serenade, Ollie, he's moving out of the hall. What do you do? Oh dear. Are you gonna let her leave?
Yeah, sure. I look after her, but just...
Okay. I think I'm gonna add one more moment. I think Holly, you're moving to walk out of the hall. I think you're gonna pass by Diamond Dust, who's waiting near the entrance, looking quite flustered, and she sees you and says, "Holly, we do need to talk. Just can you see me tomorrow?"
My shift ends at 10.
Your shift.
And she's not going to say anything more and is just going to walk out the door.
Diamond Dust also takes the condition. There. No. All right. We'll come back to Holly in a moment. Once we do this round, let's cut to Kasey. You're waiting for your opportune moment to escape this. I think you'll see also. You see just from the corner of your eye. You'll see Diamond Dust waiting. I think you see her talk to Holly for a moment, which is like, lol, what? Well, not really lol, what? They do have recent history that you know of, the whole dragon thing. But yeah. What do you do to get away from Victor?
Magic.
Magic. Okay.
No, I think I tell him, well, it's getting quite hot in here. I'm gonna get some of the punch for you. You must be tired of all this dancing. And I pass past the punch table and I get my crochet needles out and try to summon my armor.
Okay, all right. This sounds a lot. We're gonna make one basic move to cover all this. I do think he's panting when you say that. It's like, oh yes, that punch was most delightful. Bit of an odd tinge. The aftertaste. I must, but I wouldn't mind a refresher or two. You're most dear, Sania. You're quite kind. Okay, all right, okay. What is the move that'll cover this? This is probably some form of. I wish there was an act under fire in this basic moves. Probably some sort of unleash. You are using your powers to overcome an obstacle. Your powers, your armor and whatnot.
Okay, so I'm gonna be rolling at the -1.
-1. Hell yeah.
11.
Hey, hold on. Let me check something. Oh, you take a -2 because you're hopeless right now. So that's a 9.
What do you mean now?
Yeah. So, do you want to take condition, or the effect's going to be unstable or temporary?
With an 11?
Oh, sorry. Oh, did you apply the -2? Because you're hopeless.
Yeah, my freak is 1 with hopeless -1. I got.
Nice. Okay. Oh, I see. I should have checked the rover party. I was being unnecessarily coy. No, you just do it. Tell me what it looks like. I'm sorry. Tell me what it does.
Yeah, so she goes past the punch table. The two crochet needles, they start suddenly they start repelling each other, and they vanish, and they summon the different parts of the armor, and then they attract to each other and become the gloves of the armor. And from the midst of the folk gathered, Errant approaches Diamond Dust.
I think Diamond Dust is looking distracted away at the hall from where Holly went, and I genuinely I don't think she'll say anything until you says anything because she's lost in thought at the moment.
I hope I am not too late.
I think they jump, and then when they turn to you, you can see like they put on this like she's put on this like simpering smile, plastered on a bit, and says, "Oh no, you're just in time. I desperately need someone to just." I think she raised her hand and was like, "Will you just take me away to an enjoyable night, my dear knight?"
Of course. Where do you want to go?
Oh, any. I think she looks at the dance floor, which I think you'll notice. It looks like at least several characters in the comic book will notice every time she looks at the dance floor, she's progressively looking more and more mean, or just like giving it an uglier and uglier looks. And she's like, well, I suppose we should make the best of where we are now. But at any point, if you feel that I could do with someplace better, I'll leave that up to you. And she's putting on some soap opera voice. I think she moves to swoon into your arms.
Errant catches her. Well, as far as I see, there are two choices. We can try to make the best of the situation so that it's not said that you organized this party and after so much work you're not collecting the fruits of your labor. Or how about I show you Prospect City as I see it?
Ooh. I think this is when you roll to provoke. I think you can tell in your arms that she's quite tense. She's wound up. So part of her is like she wants to make the most of this. But it will be nice to escape. So let's see a roll to provoke her.
But my duty. I have a 6.
Oh, buddy. Oh, okay. Hold on. Is there a miscondition for this? No, there isn't. It just gives me a move. It just gives me a move. Ooh, what does this look like? Oh, here's what it looks like. I think Victor emerges through the trucks and carrying like 2 nice cups of punch and red solo cups, because why not? I know that's more of a college thing, but whatever. I didn't go to many parties in high school. I didn't go to the prom. Why am I telling this to everyone? Damn coffee. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Victor emerges through the dance with these 2 cups of punch. It's like, oh, Diamond Dust, I hope you're having a most splendiferous party. It's quite the jam, if I do say so myself. Yes, this is Holly's punch. Oh, ooh, who is this dashing date of yours? And Diamond Dust says quite a bit tersely, oh, well, you must have heard of our mysterious knight errant here. But I think I'd like for them to introduce themselves. And I think they can like step away from your arms. Look at you, Kasey.
I am errant. I am the appointed champion of those within Prospect City whose voice is not heard. And Casey almost says, for the voiceless, and then reminds, shit, no, don't say that.
Yeah, don't say that. Also, you did you take potential? You probably
Yeah.
used it at this point.
Yeah, sure. That's why I got 3 advances on this campaign.
See, you're so competent and self-assured in the previous campaigns. You know, here you come to Prospect Academy and things fall apart. Of course they do. And I think they say like, splendid, another fellow future hero. Well, myself and Diamond Dust, who are looking most magnificent today, I must say, my lady. Yes, if they're not holding 2 punches, they would absolutely have tipped their top hat to her. I think you can tell she kind of recoils a bit at that. It's just like, well, I was hoping to give this to my date, which you must remember, the lovely Sinia Svetnova Dread, royalty as well. And Diamond is kind of like, well, some form of royalty. Then Victor's like, but, well, there's more punch where this came from. So would any of you care to partake in this punch? I've had a taste of this myself, as most people have seen, and I can vouch for its deliciousness. Can you even drink under that armor, my dear good sir?
No, for that growl is something I'll not partake from. But if my lady wishes,
I think Damnedus takes one of them. It's like, well, I did pick out this punch, and I know what it was like, but I could use it. I could do with a drink. And I think she's watching you. It's to see like, how are you gonna do this? You're wearing armor.
well, I'm not going. That's why I said, from this growl, I'll not partake.
I think she'll look at that and she'll like, who? Trying to figure out. I think she will probably. She did say she'll drink it. Vape it. Just flash the solo cup on your visor. You people. You people in this chat. All right. I think. Okay. I think. No, Diamond will say she'll drink it, and she would absolutely drink it. I think as she'll kind of drink it, Victor kind of like turns to you and so like, I say, you seem to have keen eyes. I don't know how he came to that conclusion. You seem to have keen eyes. Would you care to point out amongst this throng if you can find the lovely Sinia Svetnova Dread?
Oh, is that not her? And he points on the direction of the abandoned bedroom where the voiceless usually gather.
I didn't know they gathered in this gym. Okay, cool. He does. No. He's a bit. Poor Victor. No. This has to be another provoke. I don't know if he just. I think you have to be quite convincing. I'm making you roll all this. I'm sorry.
This is the most provokes I ever rolled.
Yeah.
8.
You got an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. I think. I think you're gonna get a critical opportunity. Here's kind of what happens. They'll say like, "Oh, well, I I'm not sure if someone as lovely as Aeneas but Novidid would spend their time in such a what do the people of today say, a dank sort of place such as this. And I think what happens is Diamond Dust kind of comes over to him, and I'm not sure what her monologue is, but it's mostly directed at him for the moment. It's more like, all right, you with all your 19th century values and your 19th century edge and your 19th century and the critical opportunities that he's going to be distracted. And Diamond Dust seems to be in a bit of a funk, yelling at Victor. What do? You get a critical opportunity.
My lady, it seems like you could do some fresh air.
I could do with a lot of things, specifically this little toad here. If he wasn't so useful, he wouldn't be. All right. I think I do need some fresh air. I think I'll take you up on that offer. Knight errant.
Let's go then. Can you fly with that dress?
I can do whatever I want. Just watch me. And I think just as she'll drag you out of the hall, I'll give you one last shot. I think as you're being dragged, you see kind of like stalwarts going through the halls. I think it looks like they were looking for you. But I'll give you. Oh.
Do we have communication system? I mean, we have literally half of the same helm.
Yeah, I think they're in a panic. They forgot about it. But I think you chose to go with Diamond Dust, so I'm gonna.
That's true. I had not found them in a while.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So I think as you're being dragged to the hall, you'll see Stalwart is looking for you. But I think before you can reach out, Diamond Dust is gonna fling herself and you up into the air, and then we'll cut back to you. We'll cut to Mary, and I think 0G. Feel free at any point to interject if you want to stop a monologue incoming, because that's what's going to happen. Because of course it is. So, Silhouette is taking up to a dance. They dance quite well, even though it's some glitched up Beethoven. Actually, no, I think the band is playing, like I mentioned, the disco Beethoven from last week. I think that's what we're playing right now. And Silhouette's dancing with you. And they say, like, I hope you found 2019 all right.
It was a lot better until you showed up.
I think I'm actually wounded at that. I'm really hurt. I'm really hurt by that. I mean, rejection's one thing, but coming from yourself, if I could even call you myself anyway. But it really hurts. I'm really hurt. And I think this is still Screech. This is still clearly, like, they're still wearing Screech's form. What, you didn't appreciate when I thought you could do with some proper company?
If I'm so disappointing to you, why are you even here?
It's not that I don't find you disappointing. No, I just... Okay. You tell me if you think it's some form of disappointing, but no, I didn't find it disappointing. I found you inadequate. That's kind of the thing. You're not exactly shaping up into everything you could be. In fact, you're kind of turning into something that's remarkably lesser.
So before I react, I have a question. Is this perhaps like guidance or influence that I can stay in?
Oh man, all right. Hell, of course it is. It absolutely is.
Yay!
Hell yeah, they are. They're telling you. They're telling you. Okay, yeah, they're quite disappointed on you. In you.
That case, I got an 8. So we both take a powerful blow from the intensity of my words.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yes.
What do you say? Oh, first on a hit, take away their influence over you, or a clear condition. Is this how you want to clear angry? Oh, but the thing is, hold on, let me double check. Oh, my throat has. I need another drink. Hold on. Sorry, a lot
That's
of
a good
talking.
question. I just thought it was take away their influence because I didn't read correctly. I'm going to take away their influence and retain angry because Mary is not yet not angry. And
I need to double
probably-
check something. Hold on, from your sheet. From the specifically from the Innocence playbook. Because did we not say that your future self can never lose your influence, or is that from another playbook?
Ooh, that's possible.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm not looking right at it.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Your future is out there. Powers to guide you. Another step. Let's see. You're from an era. I don't know. I don't know where I thought it was. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right
See
now.
it, but it sounds like a reasonable thing to be on here.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna search influence all over the sheet. Did you find it?
No, I did not. But if you want to say that's how it works, I am fine rolling with that.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at the newborn. Give me a second. I do want to confirm this because this is important. Okay. This is quite important mechanically. Influence. Continue your teammates. Okay, nope. Yeah, I don't know where I thought about it, but it's not in the sheet. You can. I think. Okay. Here's the thing. We thought this was going to be Mary's last session, but it turns out it's not. Do you think it's interesting for Silhouette to lose their influence now or later?
Maybe later. I'll go ahead and just clear angry, but continue to roleplay being angry because I'm always angry. You can't stop me.
Okay. So what do you say that makes you take a powerful blow, though?
You know, when they said my future self was a supervillain, I thought they were up to something more than sneaking into a dance.
Don't you think that's exactly the kind of supervillain you would be?
Looks like I didn't grow out of being disappointing then, huh?
All right, take a powerful blow. I will. I will just roll to see how. I'm just gonna roll myself to see how powerful this blow is to them.
I got a 4, so
all right, you're standing strong. You're standing strong.
I'm unfazed.
You're unfazed. Let's see. Okay, they don't have any conditions. Okay, they're mildly phased. I rolled an 8. That was just for fun. That mechanically doesn't do anything. I think they say like, no, I guess, given how you are. I think, hold on, let me figure out how they respond to that. Give me a second because I need to take another drink because my throat has been hurting.
Because I burned it with my powerful words. Ha ha ha.
There is that, yes, your powerful words. And I think they tried to save face, I think, because I got the 7 to 9 on that take a powerful blow. So I think they're like, you really haven't done research on what I've been up to. You should be flattered. So many things could be happening in the world, and decided to take interest in silly little old you. Did you? Well, I guess you didn't do much research on what I've been up to, given who you were with tonight.
Wait, what? I think I missed a word in there.
I said I don't think you really did much research.
Character-wise, Ryan's hearing is iffy at times.
Okay, all right. Basically, Silhouette said, I don't think you put much research into what I've done given who you were with tonight.
Oh, it took me a second to mentally run through my backstory and remember what it is we're talking about. That. Oh, right, because you got... What's an 80s appropriate word? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, because I mean, you have beef with Kasey's mom. I mean, I think everyone does. Like, mostly Kasey.
I wasn't talking about her mom. I was talking about your stalwart friend. Why don't you ask them about meeting you at the Dread Island? But what they did to us.
Ominous. Yeah, and I think Barry looks sort of confused and conflicted, like she was winning here for a second. And now she's not sure what the topic is anymore. And it looks very like regular Mary when anyone mentions superhero stuff. She's a little bit lost.
I think. Unless you say something, I'm going to respond. But what do you say
No,
to that?
go ahead and respond. Mary, left you open.
I think the change is so instantaneous. It's far more instantaneous than what you could do. But like suddenly, like you are dancing with yourself, exactly as you are right now. And they say, what I'm trying to do here with you is, well, I'd call it an act of charity. I'm trying to make sure that you don't have to go through what I did. I'm trying to make sure you're tough enough for what could happen. Because I wasn't. I really, really wasn't. And I don't have that black of a heart to not care about what happens to you. I just wanted to make sure you were strong. But, well, if you really want to see how strong you are now, if you really don't think what I've been doing was helping, go ask your friend about the Dread Island. Go ask them about how we met. Then ask them how they have the gall to even be near you.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? But I think I'm over this. It's time to unmask. And Mary is going to attempt to just like pull her face off of Silhouette. She's a shapeshifter. He can't hurt too much.
This is a directly engage. I think I'm going to say to Zero G, I think when you saw them dancing, that was when you're watching this conversation. You're going to see Mary try to do this, but this is a directly engage.
But which Mary is it? They're identical. Ha ha.
All right. You don't have influence over Silhouette, do you? No, you don't. You don't. All of us danger.
I don't have danger either, so that's a 4.
Oh.
I'm only tough when I can angle it into grow into power.
All right. How do you do this? How do you try to mark potential? How do you try to rip? Do you just go straight for their face? Or how are you trying to do this?
Yeah, I think go straight to the face, but in that kind of fluid, shapeshiftery thing you don't often see from Mary, where by the time her hand reaches other Mary's face, she has those kind of claw things that she displayed when she tried to can open her Master Chief, and is just gonna try to like rip the other Mary's face off.
Ooh. I think as you do that, where you go for their face, it hardens immediately to kind of like that same claw sort of material, but it's like hardened skin, so you just kind of scrape against it, and they don't laugh, they sigh, and they say like, and here I was trying to be nice. Maybe you do need to toughen up a bit, Mary. Because where I'm standing, you really are just inadequate. What do you think you're going to do against me? No, go on, answer that. What did you think you were going to do against me?
Make it obvious which one is me. And I'm gonna look around to see where the others are.
And I think that's at the point when Zero G says, and provide a useful distraction, and he's going to attempt to drop the chandelier on Silhouette.
All right. Before you do that, I do want one more I'm gonna add another consequence to Mary's failure. How are you feeling right now? You're gonna take a condition.
Oh no, I'm gonna take a condition.
Yeah. Which one, I wonder? Which one, I wonder?
Am I still angry or am I feeling other things? This is a good question.
Yeah, your big attempt failed. Yeah, how are you feeling? How is Mary just feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm ahead with Kasey, and the things Mary is feeling are not conditions I can take, like confusion and inner turmoil and such.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take insecure because Mary's at least partly in the back of her head worried that maybe this is all what Silhouette wants, and maybe Stalwart is like really gonna mess her up. But also, gotta punch.
Gotta punch. All right, Zero G, you're directly engaging.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a reminder you took influence. You took Silhouette's influence off over you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a 12.
Oh boy. All right. So pick 2 things on the list.
I think I'm going to choose to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. And I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. I think this is probably both a combination of it making what's going on very, very obvious, and briefly pinning her under the chandelier.
All right.
Briefly pinning them under the chandelier. Sorry.
All right. Hold on. I genuinely didn't expect a fight, so I'm gonna very quickly stat them up. I don't know why I didn't expect a fight. I thought you all be genteel people who's gonna let this dance go, but like, give me a second.
So you put a supervillain at a dance, and you didn't expect.
I don't know why I didn't do that. Maybe the scorpion drone in my notes is meant to be something. Oh wait, no, I just realized what that's meant to be. Yeah, okay, all right, hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm being called out in the chat there. Yes, anyone who's watching this who's ran masks or read a superhero comic book should be calling me out right at this moment. Give me 2 seconds. No, they wouldn't do that. Okay, it wasn't that hard to stat them up because they are they're serious business. Yeah, they couldn't be anything less. All right. Okay, here's what happens. Actually, no, describe what happens, Zero G.
Yeah, so Zero G steps forward. Oh, no, actually, so I want to change one of the options I took. I think rather than going for the, I'll probably keep the create an opportunity because that seems to make sense. But I'll actually choose to take something from them, which will be Screech's wand.
Ooh, hell yeah! All right, do that and tell me
But
how
yeah,
you do.
yeah. So, like I said, I think kind of that they've Zero G and Screech have been kind of dancing across the floor in a slightly distracted fashion in Zero G's case. And yeah, as that confrontation happens, he steps forward, reaches up into the air, and yeah, just the chandelier, which is already, I think we'd said, floating, and it's suddenly very not floating anymore, and falls down onto a silhouette. I think it shatters. The glass in it shatters, and the metal framework briefly pins them to the ground as Zero G reaches down, grabs the wand out from I think it's like fallen out of, but well, possibly not, wherever it was, and he picks it up and tosses it to Screech.
Here's what happens. You didn't pick resist or avoid their blows.
No.
I think when you pick up the wand and you toss it, I think the pinned down silhouette just kind of like looks serene and says that you really should have just stayed in your room, Zero G. And I think what you see in your hand is like there's a speck of black inkiness that was on the wand. When you toss it, it leaps from the wand. And I think it just falls up, like tries to pierce through your hand. And roll to take a powerful blow, because this is something it's like a bullet pushing through your hand.
Cool.
Yeah, roll plus condition.
That's an 11 there.
Oh my gosh. All right. On a 10 plus, you can either remove yourself from the situation, lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or two options from the 7 to 9.
Ugh. I already prefigured this far too much, so it's got to be lose control of my powers in a terrible way. Here we are going to have a carry situation.
Oh my god. So I think, okay, I'm going to frame this. I'm going to take a quick bio break because I do need to fill up on the water again, and then set up what everyone is doing while this fight is happening. Two of you are not in the hall. Jesus. So here's what happens. When the chandelier kind of crashes, there was like a bit of a hush. Slightly bit of a hush. Half the hall has drunk the punch, so a lot of them are monologuing or arguing at each other. It's a superhero school, of course. Everyone's gonna monologue at each other, including some of the teachers. But yeah, I think 2/3 of the hall are monologuing at this point. The other third is kind of hush as this kind of happens. And I think when the little bit of silhouette kind of punches against you, I think what it does is like, it does a thing that you didn't know silhouette could do. For a brief momentary moment, it just punched your skin and kind of like gets into your bloodstream. And for a brief moment before that little bit kind of disintegrates, it taps into your powers just a little bit. That's why Silhouette is a 5 condition supervillain, because they can do this sort of shit. So they tap into your powers, and they're calmly like just passing through the chandelier, T-1000 style. And again, they're kind of shaking their head at you, Zero G, and she says like, for someone trying to play the hero, you really do suck at it. And your arm raises up, and you can feel gravity contorts around the weird glitch space-time constructs that are holding this gym together. And we're going to take a 5-minute break as the constructs start to warp apart. Be back in 5. In hindsight, I didn't know. I didn't expect a fight to break out.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I honestly don't. Thank goodness it is really quick to stat up a bit. And yes, Silhouette has 5 conditions. I think I thought about it because the last time we had a dance with an innocent and their jackass future self in a session, no fight happened. Well, a teacher got punched. There was fighting
Yeah.
amongst the PCs, but you
There
didn't fight.
was, yeah, but we didn't have a punchy fight. I mean, Freak just, that was Freak, right? Who punched Mr.
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Yes.
And
It was Frick.
then it was Kasey who punched Danger Mouse's ego, but that wasn't really a fight.
That time I was actually ready for a fight. I had statted up Enid. It was gonna be a weird telepathic mental battle. It was gonna be great. No, y'all had to fall out on each other. So this time I thought that's probably gonna happen again. There's some shit with Stalwart. Holly's here, feeling bad, and Kasey has it.
Silhouette did take several swipes at my ego.
That did happen. I just didn't expect a proper fight, but it's gonna happen. All right. Okay. I think I'm waiting for David. Ooh, should scroll down the chat. Gosh. Yeah. All right. First, I think comic book wise. I'll do a quick check-in. How are folks doing? Cool. We might go over a bit, but if folks need to leave on the allotted time, feel free to do so. We'll figure something out. All right. I think the next page, that page in the comic book ends with a panel of the constructs kind of like contorting in the gravity. I do want to cut to Princess Holly. Where did you go when you left the hall?
I went, well, originally I was going to plan to go to our bathroom, but apparently I think other people are using it at the moment. Is that right?
I think it was reestablished that it was actually in the gym, so you probably left to go to the bathroom, and then probably, I don't know, realized it's actually at the gym, at the hall. Here's what you see when you, as you kind of like as you went out of the hall. You probably see like in the air diamond dust and that knight errant in the air going wherever. But yeah, where are you off to?
I was just going to go on my own, and I was going to go to the clubhouse that we have, the actual bathroom.
Yeah, I think it's actually quite close enough to the gym, I'll say. And I think you can feel it. You're a creature of different dimensions. I think you can feel. Here's another. This keeps happening every time we run a game. You can feel dimension, reality, kind of like
twisted, warping, and
yeah, well, yeah, even more twisted. You can tell it's with very little finesse. I think you totally feel that, and you can almost see like the gym sort of like shivers. Just like the building kind of shivers a bit.
And at that point, I will start running back.
Okay, all right.
And the dress that I had, will shift and flow and change, and it's still kind of a dress, but now it actually has armor pieces, golden armor pieces over the top.
Ooh, fancy! All right, I'm gonna cut from you very quickly to Kasey. Where are you taking diamond dust? Where are you meant?
It was the other way around because they left in the direction that they were taking me.
Oh! I think up in the air, they're kind of like they ask you to like. I think at the air they ask you like, so where would you taking me? Just anywhere else would be very welcome. Where do you want to go?
Here, come. And I guide them towards one of the office skyscrapers overlooking the prospect projects. from where we can see the bowling alley and the people of the community organizing the after party already, starting a celebration of their own, waiting for the superheroes to join them later.
Oh, this is quite neat. Although I don't know why. I just came from a party. I don't know if I could do another one.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go into the party. I think we can just see people going through their lives and finding joy.
You know, that's. I know that's meant to be part of what we do, but I don't know about you, but sometimes it does get quite tiresome. So much to juggle, so much you have to carry on your shoulders. and yet, and yet, people kind of cry out for what we do, don't they? There's a part of them that just needs. No, not needs. Well, a part of them does need. Maybe not a big part, but quite significant part. Why do they need to look up to someone? She's saying this quite obviously quite unconsciously, but like honestly, with the right prodding, she probably would have said this to you regardless. She's quite in a state.
I think you get it all wrong. I don't think that they look at us appetite at all. I think they externalize their anxieties and their fears and how powerless they are into us. But it's still their fight, it's still their strength. We don't get these powers out of nowhere. Everything that we have, we inherit from the previous generation, from their impossible generosity. And yes, that includes the superpowers. So when we do that, it's not because we are looking down into people that are our lessers. We are repaying it forward with something that we are the custodians of. They don't look at us. They want to be seen through us.
This is a lot of things. This is like 3 different moves. It could be either of them. I'll give you the list. This could either be a provoke. You're trying to get them to change, to get them to think. You're provoking again. You're trying to give them their point of view. This could be pierce the mask. You're trying to you're using this to get them to open up to you. This could even be a comfort or support. I don't think you want to do that to Diamond Dust. I don't think that was your intention. But yeah, which one do you think it is?
Kinda, but I think I'm gonna go with provoke. Because first, before I do anything else, I want to get more of exactly where she's coming from. And I have a 7.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to overreact. I think they do the equivalent of being in air, doing a kind of like a stompy sort of hissy fit, which she has done before because she can fly. So she's done this. And she's like, then who do we get to put our weaknesses into? Huh? Who do we have that can do that? You? Me? Someone else? Why is it then that they get to do that to us, but we can't? But if we do that to them, then we're stepping out of our role. We can't be shown to be weak, because otherwise, who do they have to show they're weak to? It's so much to take on. And yet, I honestly, I think her shoulders kind of slump. Honestly, I don't know what else I could be. don't.
Why are you so worried about being weak?
Oh, by the way, take influence over her. I know you need to. You've already run out. I'm just gonna make another column. It's fine. Another row.
Sorry, what?
Your table of influence is full. You're gonna need to make another row.
Yeah.
You have so much influence over so many people.
Okay. But Aaron just looks at her and say, "What is your problem with being weak?"
Have you ever felt weak? If you have, you should have a problem with it.
Not really.
Is that
Look,
weak or having a problem with being weak?
well, I felt weak, but I don't have a problem with being weak because you said it yourself. You cannot connect with them because you know what weakness does. Weakness tells you what you need, tells you how you can be vulnerable, how you can reach out to other people. I look at me. I'm here. I'm trying to reach out to you. And how can I do that if you don't show vulnerability?
I think you hear a buzzing, a phone buzzing. It's coming from Diamond Dust, but she ignores that and she kind of like floats over to you and say, "So why are you doing this then? What's in it for you?" You're saying
I want to know you. I see you strong. I see the image that you keep pushing yourself, and I see how much effort you spend on that. And I don't think you allow yourself to be vulnerable. And this way, you cannot allow yourself to, again, to form community and reach out for others and grow. And I accepted your request because I was hoping that perhaps this time we could share vulnerability.
now this is a comfort and support. And you're gonna take a +1 because you have influence over her now.
Yeah. Oh shit! I got a 4.
Okay. Here's what happens. I think there's a moment where she looks at you and this is the most vulnerable you've ever seen her. Like partially because of the punch, but I think your words did get through to her. She looks like she really wants to say something. She opens her mouth and then her face turns into this twisted, like angry look, and she just reaches into her dress and pulls out the phone. What? No, Victor's not gonna show up. And I think what's happening? I thought I told people not to interrupt me during tonight when. No, Victor, shut up. What's happening? What? Vic. Wait, what's happening to the gym? Oh, fuck. All right, I'm on my way. And I think she looks at you and suddenly you can see all the walls have gone back up again. She's serious mode now. She says, like, there's something wrong with the gym. We have to go back. And you're coming with me.
Of course I am.
Look at you, such a hero. And she'll zoom you and the two of you back to the gym. Speaking of the gym, so let's cut to you, Serenade. Where are you at when the gym starts to buckle?
I think I'm still at the punch table, trying to put myself together, I guess.
Yeah,
And I will turn to Osprey and thank them for jumping in, and that I just can't. I don't know why I can't. Well, of course I know why I can't.
I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have asked. I really should have.
You did ask.
Well, I should have asked. I should have asked like if you were okay with it. because I only asked that while we're in the dance, you know?
You asked before if I wanted to come, and I said, if that's what you want to do. I'm doing this for you. I want you to. I don't know. I want to do this. Why is the chandelier dropping?
I think they're about to say, yeah. What is it? Yeah. You feel the air tremble as you feel this like wave as like the gym starts to like take this distorted sort of angle. Suddenly it's like, you know how in Inception there's that moment where the city folds in half.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the gym is starting to fold in half. And people are staying put or on their folded half of the gym. They're just standing there, but they're like quite confused and somewhat inebriated. Thanks, Holly. Instead of like jumping action, instead they're monologuing to each other and to themselves.
Is there an epicenter?
Sounds like an assess if you're trying to scope out the scene.
Yeah, I want to know where that is, and then I want to blindly charge in.
Why do you want to?
Why? Because that's what I'm good at. Because that's easy. Because that's not with emotions and vulnerability and letting go. Because now I can let go. If I find the epicenter, that is.
Okay, yeah. First you have to find it. Roll with superior.
Okay, superior. I'm not that bad at the moment. That's my guilty doesn't hinder me, right? It does. It does. Okay.
It negates your plus. So.
Yeah, okay. I could unleash my powers though.
Okay, yes. Assess would be like those questions. Unleash would be like a specific effect. I'll let you do.
I would like to find the epicenter. I think that's not exactly the assess. Doesn't exactly give me that. So I will use my powers. Yes, and I've got a 10 on that.
Hell yeah. How do you do this? What do we see?
I think what we see is that what we hear, it's actually more of an auditory thing, that you hear the swell of the serenade noise that you can always, I mean, you couldn't hear that because there was this glitch Beethoven stuff going on, but now you can. And you see that the serenade's eyes start glowing a bit, maybe. And then this is more of an internal thing, really, because you can see, if you were the serenade, you could see all those lines of power and energy and stuff like that going through the gym, and then the noise, the serenade sound will hone in on that, and then serenade will start running.
Yes, I think the lament will start running with you. I think you'll run through like a throng of people who are monologuing to each other. You'll pass by Nosferatu talking dressed as Nosferatu because he has no originality whatsoever. He's having an argument with the Harbingers, for sure. Sorry, just as a detail. You don't know how to do anything.
He's not stabbing his umbrella into any dimensional rifts here, right?
No.
Good.
No.
Then I don't need to punch it.
Yeah. No. That was Silhouette's doing, but you don't know that. In the background, Mr. White is being punched by a ghost. I don't even know how that could happen, but it did. It's amazing.
And I will think briefly that I should maybe defend the teacher, but no. Come on.
Oh man, Agatha's gonna be so annoyed what you're doing to Mr. Wyatt. All right, I think the conversation between Mary and Silhouette was happening at the same time. Diamond Dust was having this conversation with Kasey, just so I can bring you all together. I think Kasey, Aaron, you and Diamond Dust are gonna bash through a window. Holly, you're gonna run in your armored dress and whatnot, and what you see is as Image with like weird black claw hands, weird black claw hand. Zero G with his hand raised up at the construct is buckled, and this thing rising from the chandelier. before I get Ryan to describe what Silhouette looks like in its full super villain form, we're gonna do the team thing. That's okay, because y'all gonna need some team because you have entered battle against a dangerous foe. So first, we're gonna add 2 to the team pool. So you're up to 3. Who's the leader?
Mary or Zero G, I
Me!
guess.
Also Serenade. Also
Yeah.
0G.
Yeah, Jit started the fight.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest
Mary is
both
nemesis.
Elizabeth Mary, but yeah.
Okay, all right. I think everyone's agreeing with 0G. You did start the fight. All right. Do you have influence over everyone?
I don't believe so, no.
No. See, yeah,
I
yeah.
think you don't have
Yeah.
influence over me.
0G and I don't have mutual influence.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Shame. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? I think you the other 2, Princess Holly and Kasey and Serenade, you will see this. I think you will see as they're rising from the chandelier, Mary transforming into Silhouette. So I think you'll have a good idea. Probably have a very good idea of who this is. So does everyone have the same purpose? Or what is the leader's purpose?
My purpose is probably to drive Silhouette off from here.
Is everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just punch Silhouette a bunch.
basically yes. Yeah, because Kasey wants to protect the school and Mary in particular, so
Cool.
that needs her to go away.
Right. That's 4.
Whereas I want to be a hero, and if that means driving off the villain, then I'm all for it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Does any team member mistrust the leader or the team? Princess Hollyhock is part of this team. No one distrusts her. Okay, that's good. That's very good. That's actually heartwarming to hear.
Yeah.
Mary?
As much as I might be angry at 0G, 0G was exactly there when I set up and now someone needs to punch this thing. So he's back in my good graces for the moment.
Let's go. Good. Yes, Kasey and someone had to talk with Princess Holly. All right, cool. Everyone's united. Oh, my streak of not triggering that move continues. Hell yeah. Is the team ill-prepared or off balance? Yeah. God, you're also honest. It's good. I'm gonna remove a team, but you still have a hell of a lot of team because you have a bunch of NPCs here with you. So we're gonna do what I had set up with that Wisconsin fight. Each of those NPCs, and I'll list them off. You have Stalwart, who's still there, did not drink any punch. You will have Osprey. You will have Screech. You'll have Diamond Dust, even. Although I could probably take her out of the fight by getting her to corral all the people. But no, she'll be there if you need it. But they're each going to act as like one point of team. And you can use them up at any time. But once they're used up, I'm going to knock them out. They're not going to die. No worries. So feel free to use them up to your heart's content. Yeah. So, okay. So I think, all right. Silhouette rises out from the chandelier. Ryan, what do we see?
So it's like the noxious black tar version of a T-1000, like coming out of there was the cute little Mary in the little star printed dress, the little star mask that looks like she made it herself and like fabric glued some stars on. It was real cute. But it is warping into the kind of goo monster that we all know and love as Silhouette. Kind of just reforming around the chandelier like it's not even really in their way.
Yeah. I think they see this collection in front of them and just say like, I know, I think they look at you, 0G, who's the kind of like, who you feel your arm is kind of off now. And they say like, still trying to play the hero. You really should figure out you suck at it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm at school.
All right. I think that's enough setup. Who should go first? I think Mary's the closest. So I can say, what do you want to do, Mary? Oh, that was essentially still telling you you don't belong here. So I need to mark that off. Mary, what do you want to do?
It's time for villain punching, which means that I need to go into my superhero form, which looks exactly like Silhouette, but not as good at doing stuff. So there's a smaller goo monster.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. That's not going to confuse anyone else. Nope. Nah, it
If
really
there's a
won't.
shapeshifter punch fight with time shenanigans, I feel like there needs to be at least some. But which one is the real Mary nonsense?
Okay, cool. So you're just gonna straight up attack them? Or what do you want to do, Mary?
I am going to complicate things by saying, like, that's not me, that's Silhouette, and then going to attack them because you can believe me, I'm for real.
Okay, all right, okay, sure. Directly engage. That's with danger.
I got a 1. I'm so proud of myself.
Wow. 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 Okay. Here's what happens. You try to attack Silhouette, and last time their skin hardened against your attack. This time they let you do the attack. And you think, oh, cool, that pierced her puncher, but you feel a sucking motion. It's like it's all gravity, and never mind, the gym is still shifting, and they and I think they kind of sigh as they're sucking you in, and just say like, I could have taught you so many cool tricks, Mary, without having to really hurt you. And I think you feel like your arm, kind of like your gooey arm, get chomped in half. And you're gonna kind of fall back and gonna take a powerful blow.
Yay! Oh, this time around I got a 9.
Oh, okay. That's not good. That was the worst. Choose one. Lash out verbally. Either provoke a teammate to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
I'm gonna struggle past the pain. Because I am both angry and afraid that I am outclassed, but I am gonna punch my future self if it rips off my other arm.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn to Serenade next because you were the closest, because you're already in the gym and the other two had to come back. So Serenade, you just saw this. Zero G tried to pull off a one-liner. Image, who looks a lot like Silhouette now, has got their arm chomped off. What do you do?
I'm charging into a fight without hedging my bets, which means I can shift my danger up and another label down. I assume I can only shift it up by 1.
Yes.
Okay, so I will shift my danger up, my superior down, and then I will attack it because why not? What could go wrong? Oh, I've got an 8.
That's a hit. You're gonna trade blows. Pick one.
Yeah. Okay, I can pick one. I think at that point, take something from them.
What do you want to take?
I'm not sure yet, but I want to take something from them. I mean, they took something from Mary, like their arm. So let's just see if what I can do with the goo, because I mean, I have not only impossible fighting skills, but I also have energy negation or disruption. So maybe I can disrupt the reforming thingy that she does. I'll rip off their arm and then I'll negate the reforming. So now they they might understand that they're vulnerable.
Okay, all right. So wait, what is the specific thing you want to take? You only take one, just the arm, or their?
I think I'm gonna take their ability to reform their stuff if it's gone.
Okay, I think what this looks like is that you tap into engage, and I think there's a moment where like they're caught off guard as you're kind of like doing your negating thing, and I think slowly you're kind of like closing them into one form. Unfortunately, this form is has very sharp claws. And very sharp teeth, and it's quite lithe and agile. So what they're gonna do is they're forming to match you, and they think you kind of lock them in this form, but you didn't pick resist or avoid their blows. So, and you've run into this. So they are going to. I think. As you're in front of them, they think they just hiss like Serenade of Thorns. And they're gonna. I think you don't even notice, but as you're kind of doing the hitting, they've been nicking you on your skin every now and then, just tiny little cuts. But you can feel like a bit of your energy kind of like going as you make your implant negate theirs. So I think what's gonna happen is you're not going to take a powerful blow. I think you're going to take a condition instead as you feel like your energy go. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling, I think at that point, I'm feeling maybe, let me check this. What? Oh yeah, I'm getting angry because, I mean, no, nobody touches my implant. I've had enough of people trying to push me around today.
Well, it keeps happening. I'm gonna turn to you, Princess Hollyhock, because you were the second closest from the people in the gym. Kasey was the farthest. So, Princess Hollyhock, Silhouette has turned into a horrible monster of knives in hardened goo. What do you do?
I see Image recoil back with the injury, and I run in, and I think Silhouette turns around, and Silhouette's fighting Serenade at this point, and pretty much most of their attention's on them, but I think they're still trying to get to it, Mary. I basically come in and intervene, and I'm basically trying to protect Mary while she's injured.
Cool. That sounds like a defend. Roll for savior. Do you have influence over Mary?
I don't know, but I'm on a 12 anyway. Before that.
Okay, cool. All right, never mind. So, yeah, on the hit, you keep them safe and choose one. Add a team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition.
I'll add a team to the pool.
Hell yeah! I have not been using that team or your NPCs that much. They're gonna look like they did nothing. All right, how do you do this? What does it look like when Holly stands in defense of Mary?
Holly comes in. She's wielding a glowing golden sword, and the meek, happy-go-lucky princess appears to have been replaced. That there's a golden glowing tiara on her head. She's just casting light everywhere around her. She comes in. She trades one blow. She trades another blow. One of the arms comes swiping down. She lifts her hand, and a shield appears on it, and it seems to form out of the armor that she catches the blow. And she's literally absorbing as many of the blow. Well, she's parrying some of the blows, but some of the blows are striking her in her armor as well. And she's basically, whenever an attack comes in at Mary, she puts herself in its way.
Hell yeah! You got a 12 there, so you'll stand strong. I think definitely like Silhouette is a bit confused by you for sure. So that's why they're directing more of their anger. They're directing quite a bit of like frustration at you. So I'll turn to Kasey, to Errant.
So benefiting from arriving late, Errant takes a good look into the situation and puts the communicator to Stalwart. Stalwart, I'm gonna need all the computing power that we can get. We need to know how to deal with this thing. And Casey tries to assess the situation because they have questions.
Hell yeah, take a +1. I think Stalwart will they'll position themselves to do that thing where they're holding their fingers to their head and send you their computing power.
Okay, so I have a 9.
With the +1?
+1 superior, +1. Yeah, I got a 7. Yeah, so I have a 9.
Anyone want to help? 0G, do you want to help? How can anyone help Errant with this computing power stuff? No? Okay.
I would love to, but I don't think computing power was ever Mary's strong suit. Although Mary was very happy to help you with your homework when need be, but I don't know if that counts.
I mean, you could maybe use some of the energy flows that Serenade uses to power their attack for your computing stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. I will accept any bullshit reason for anyone helping.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly
Wait
fine.
a second, let me divert the resonance that Serenade is emanating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
I mean, you know my resonance, right? Because we've been talking a lot.
Yeah, you've connected. All right, so that gets you to a 10 on an assess. Maybe we should save that for a more critical role. But information is always good.
Yeah. So what here can I use to help Mary do what she needs to do?
Ooh, that would depend on what Mary needs to do, which I'm gonna ask her. You can ascertain this from just looking at her. I'm gonna ask Mary, what do you need to do? Do you think?
Sabine in the chat going, I need to be prom queen. I must somehow make this my crowning moment of awesome. I need to beat up Silhouette enough that they know not to mess with me again. That's not likely to happen, but I think Mary has a very one-track mind at this point.
So I guess the question here is, what here can I use to help Mary show how strong they are?
Besides the power of friendship, which you all have, besides that, I mean, yeah, you do have the power of friendship. You should think about that. You have friends, Kasey. You have friends who love you. Besides that, I'm saying this because there's fucking 5 of you. I didn't plan for 5 of you. Besides that, easiest way to help Mary beat up Silhouette would be, yeah, I think Silhouette, I think you can see it is like negated now. They're shifting form, but they're still in the dangerous form. And I think you see this. You can see like there's bits of like their skin are starting to bubble up as if like they're getting through Serenade's energy negation, hence why the swiping and draining their energy. So I think you need to you need another way to negate what they can do. So I think part of what Silhouette can do is adapt to who they're fighting. I think you can see that. That's why they took this form. Yeah, Mary, you're gonna be really scary when you grow up.
Yeah. I guess then the second question is, what here can I use to lock their shape?
So you notice how the gym is folding in half. I think the fold is getting to you. You can tell that like the way they got this shape, this gym to make this big is like they were using some sort of really powerful like dampening machines to press and shape the space-time dimensional energies that make this gym what it is. If you can take that power, you can be able to use it to lock down Silhouette. Or you've got your magical fairy friend who might be able to do the same thing. Also, well, Diamond does has ice power, but that's a very material thing, ice, for sure. If you want something more heavy duty, the space time stuff could potentially work. I'll let you have one more move because since you didn't assess. What do you want to do?
So at this moment, Errant turns to the other. Anyone that has any kind of metaphysical power, anything related with forces that does not have any material involved, which they can absorb, unleash it to surround and constrain them, and open a gate for image.
That's a very long speech bubble there.
Yeah. And I guess I'm gonna directly engage the threat, just trying to lead by example.
Okay.
I just charge forwards to give Mary a opening.
You're all such a fucking.
Well, and all the others.
Well, plus danger. Unfortunately, you have a -2 because you have afraid.
No, afraid is not for that. But
Yes,
I have
it is.
one. Wait, what?
It is. Yeah, it is. I'm looking at the actor sheet. I made a mistake when I put in the conditions. I flipped afraid and angry. So afraid would be a -2 to directly engage.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I have a 5 then.
Okay. People can spend team, bump it up to a 7. You have plenty of team, and you have your NPCs.
I think when Errant comes in and I use that opportunity to lay a few quick strikes in to distract and basically draw away from them.
Okay.
To basically draw Silhouette's attention back to me.
Okay, that bumps it up to a 6. Who else is going to jump in? I saw G. You go there.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Zero G is starting to regain control of their powers again. And so now I think that they're pushing back against what they've already started. So they're trying to like unfold the gym back out again, and that's obviously a longer term project. But I think that moment where that power shifts is enough to kind of help with what Kasey's doing.
Oh yeah! All right, that gets you to a 7. You now have a team pool of 1. You still have unused Screech, Diamond Dust, and Osprey. We're
Osprey.
probably doing something. They're not just sitting there. I'm sure they're doing something. But let's turn to you, Aaron. Pick one.
I'm gonna put some fear into Silhouette because they seem to fear the Dread Dynasty. So let's turn that against them. I guess what happens is, I guess that I'm charging and Silhouette is probably very confident. And on the last moment, I open my visor.
I think Dread Dynasty. That's cool. I think you open your visor and you see she's staring into Senia Svetnova Dread, and you can see in their eyes are also very sharp. I don't know how they managed to pull that off. Their eyes are quite sharp, and they just contort into like fear and anger. Hold on, let me click the appropriate filling condition there. And I think they're gonna lunge at you, and they're gonna grasp you in the face. You did not pick resist or avoid their blows, and you can feel like their talons are like trying to break your helmet apart. I think Diamond does, who I think is trying to corral the crowd. That's what she came here to do. She'll turn once you see that Silhouette's on you, and she'll see your face. For sure. She absolutely would. And I think Silhouette hisses into your face like, you think I'm not prepared for you? And you can feel like their talents are like not just getting into the helmet, but getting to your face. You're gonna take a powerful blow there as they can like fling you down to the ground.
Do I get a condition before?
No. No, you're fine. Don't worry. Just take a powerful blow.
7.
7. All right. Pick 2. Lash out to a teammate. Give ground or struggle past the pain.
I struggle past the pain. I mark guilty and angry.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
man. Look at all these conditions.
I'm not even ready for myself, so don't take assumptions.
Okay. That's really fucking cool. Turn to you, Zero G. You're starting to work on the gym. How's that going?
Yeah, so I think at this point, he's kind of got the bit where Zero G is probably like levitated a couple of feet off the ground, and his clothes kind of billowing out a bit. And I think it's going to kind of push out with like both hands and just try and like fold the gym back into its proper shape again.
When you're Phantom of the Opera, get up.
Yeah.
So nice. This is an unleash for sure.
Yep, sure thing.
Do you have condition that could?
Not that affects this, I don't think. I think I'm only on guilty still at the minute.
Cool. Yeah. Just check. Yeah.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Oh, lovely. Damn, I was hoping to get something lower so I could like. do something better. All right. Tell me how this looks.
Yeah, so I think we kind of see that weird look again, where again everyone's still kind of like on the floor because gravity still works, just in the orientation to it, but it like folds back out again. And I think that maybe Silhouette was kind of using this to their advantage because they are amorphous, so in many ways where the floor is at any given time is kind of a but this kind of a technicality. But I think this makes it easier for like everyone else in the gym to start moving about and doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Zero G just kind of like stares at Silhouette and says, You aren't a bad teacher, though. I had no idea I was this powerful before.
God damn, I'd roll for them to take a powerful blow. Love the speculation to chat. What is Victor doing? He's trying to protect Mr. Wyatt. Hey. I think some of the more science-minded students are gonna rush over to try and recreate the machines, so we're keeping this gym stable. Some of the more mad sciencey sort of students, for sure. Turn to you, Image. Silhouette is quite focused on Errant. Serenade looks like they're a bit enervated. Princess Hollyhock is standing in defense of you. Zero G is doing some cool Magneto bullshit right now. Stalwart is kind of like, it's got their they're doing their thing where they have hands against their helmet, giving Errant all that processing power. But what do you do, Image?
Well, there's an obvious bad choice, which is to unleash my powers to do something my future self can do. And I want to mark a condition to absorb, I don't know what, some of the snow or something, to reform my off arm so I can launch myself back into the fray.
Oh, yeah. No, the goose does not steal Silhouette's arm because Mary might be able to just take it back.
Well, the goose can have that arm. I'll grow another one. It's fine, as long as I slap Mr. Wyatt with it.
Okay, all right, cool. I think the Harbing Goose was there to prevent a terrible future and involve Mr. Wyatt, and he's gonna do it right now. All right.
And I'm ticking guilty because I'm doing exactly what my future self wants, but also it's hardcore, so I'm into it. So yeah, I've got complicated feelings.
Roll plus savior.
That is 9.
All right. Do you want to spend a team, or do you want one of the NPCs to help? No, you don't have an NPC tied to you right there now. Screech can kind of help, I think. Or Diamond Dust, or Osprey. You've never met Osprey. Or do you want someone to spend a team? Oh, what do you got?
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I don't really.
If not, like, because this act seems like, oh, you're making a face.
Is it okay if I use Diamond Dust? I asked for the people who had more tie into Diamond Dust, because Diamond Dust creates icy stuff, and I would like to just Diamond Dust, kind of ignoring the fact that I could do this because I can't do this, not quite notice what I'm doing as I kind of reach out and almost like grab their icy stuff out of the air and just absorb it into myself.
God. I'll give you that on one condition. As soon as you regrow your arm, she absolutely notices.
Yay! I was hoping she would notice.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure that you know that she'll notice. So, what does this look like when you get your arm back?
I'm absorbing the icy stuff with my remaining arm, and just kind of the goop stretches out like weird little fingers and kind of knitting itself back together as I grow another arm on the other side. So it's kind of flowing right through me in a very monstrous sort of way.
God, I'm so glad we get to see more of this in the future. All right. I think I'll let you do one more thing, and then we'll cut the Serenade.
Sorry, who was that?
Oh, to Image. I'll let you do one. Try to do one more thing, and then we'll cut the Serenade. You're getting quite close. But what do you want to?
Many, many negatives to directly engaging. So fuck it. I don't make good plans. I'm gonna directly engage.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Roll.
I got a 1 again.
Wow. No
I'm the
amount.
best at everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What does this look like when you engage?
It's probably a little weird to watch, and that as Mary like leaps
Over Holly.
like kind of over Holly,
Oh dear.
they're distorting in a way that Mary couldn't normally, like almost cartoony, like stretch launch where the action looks much more pronounced than it should be. But I think Holly, being the amazing knight defender princess that she has been, manages to shield Mary from some of the worst of it, but Mary has leapt out of shieldy range and gets probably just very offhandedly clobbered by Silhouette, who is busy dealing with other people, and Mary is not the most of their problems.
Yeah, here's what it looks like. Oh no, here's what it looks like. I'm kind of wrapping this up. So you're leaping at Silhouette, whose back is turned to you because they're busy getting angry at Errant. But like their torso kind of reforms on their back. So instead of like facing backwards, they're facing your direction now. Sorry, this is getting really horrific. And I think they grab you. And I think they look into you and they say, like, you're getting there, Mary. But you're just not there yet. And I think they're gonna... Oh, you're gonna say... Okay, I'll let you say something.
This is everything I wanted from a failure. Keep going.
Okay. And I think they're not even gonna do up something powerful for you. They're just gonna, like, toss you back at Holly. And I'm going to invoke one of their villain moves, which is, I think they've regained their form. They've regained their ability now. They've had enough time. And here's another thing you didn't know you could do, Mary. You didn't know that. You didn't. Well, you could probably tell, being all goo and whatnot, that like, I think they just seep into the ground. Like, their molecules just turn really small and just kind of seep into the ground. And I think as they get into the ground, as they kind of just disappear, as soon as the moment they disappear, all the science students manage to put back the constructs, and the gym snaps back into place. Actually, I'll let someone try to stop them from escaping.
Please, let me.
Okay. Oh, okay. People are going to help. All right, Serenade. They are seeping into the ground.
Because I'm really exactly at them. I mean, I'm really going to just punch them, and if I manage that, then I will take their ability to get away like that.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes.
Roll your
Oh yeah,
damage.
I've got an 8. No, I've got an 8, I've got a 9, and if Osprey helps me, I've got a 10.
Okay. You want them to not get away.
Yeah,
You're taking
wanna-
the ability to- okay.
yeah, I'm taking their ability because everything uses energy to remain coherent and together. And if you punch the right point of that energy, that right point of chi, they maybe can't they maybe just will be a bit, let's say they will have to struggle to remain coherent, and going into some small spaces and staying coherent and fighting the chi punch that they probably can't do. And also I will evade and avoid their blows right now because, hey.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. And here's what happens. Actually, no, you tell me. What does it look like? You just punching them in the face?
No, I think that's they start to go all gooey and lose coherence, and Serenade kind of tilts their head, looks at that, and then just makes a punch with their fingers. It's a finger punch right into the goo, and then the goo starts bubbling weirdly and kind of contracting. This hurt. Like this really hurt.
Okay, all right. I'll mark another condition here. Fortunately, it's not enough to completely finish them off mechanically, so here's what happens. And I think this is kind of like going to be like one final roll, because we are going a bit over, and I don't want to end on a cliffhanger. So here's what happens. You punch the goo, and in their incoherence and in their frustration, they're going to, instead of moving away, they're going to instantly react. They're going to jump at you, as in to try and cover you, Serenade. And what? So much ragu, yeah. And they're gonna jump to like try and like coat you in their like gooey gooness. I see you unmuting there, Holly, or Zero G. Lots of people want to jump into
I'd quite like to jump in the way and attempt to prevent that.
Yeah, I think I'll give it to Zero G because it's your last session. If that's okay, Holly, we'll see you next week. We won't see David for a while. You can help. We'll see what happens. Zero G, defend. Do you have influence over Serenade?
I don't think I do, actually, sadly.
Shame.
Yeah, so and I think what this looks like, I think he physically like throws himself between them, and is also like trying to contain the goo with kind of a, that constricting thing of gravity. Now I'm going to roll and see how this actually goes.
Hell yeah.
Because it's probably not going to be well.
We never know.
That's a 4.
Okay. Here's what happens. Oh, okay. Let's see. How much team you have? 1. You have Screech and you have Osprey now. It's not going to wait for it. No, good work. You use Osprey and Screech and Holly using the 1 team left. That can bump you up to a 7.
Sure thing. That sounds good.
All right. Okay, cool. I think you're here. Okay. Holly, what do you do to help Zero G?
So you're basically trying to form them into a ball with gravity, aren't you? Physically pull them off.
Yeah.
I think I dropped my shield and my sword, and I literally start grabbing the actual goo as well, and basically physically pulling it.
Cool. All right. I think. Oh, sorry. Say that again.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay, cool. I thought I heard a noise. All right. I think how Osprey helps is they're gonna like they're quite surreptitious. They're the Lament of Shadows. So I think what they actually do is like, because this is defense of Serenade, they actually like I think Serenade, you hear whispers like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to touch you to do this, but I'm trying to save you. And they hold on to your shoulders, and you can feel yourself feel a bit more intangible, as if like anything could pass through you right now. So none of that goo is gonna get to you. And I think how Screech is gonna help is they pulled out their book, their book of spells that most of them are vocalized, so she can't use them. And she's turned to like a spell, a sealing spell.
Oh, can I actually change what I've done?
Okay, go ahead.
When I see her struggling, I take off an amulet and put it round and basically throw it to her. And as she grabs it,
and I think she looks confused at you for a moment,
but she's able to speak now. It's much more a Hollyhock thing to do than just try and tear it off.
Okay. Yeah, I think she opens her mouth and says a magic spell that I don't have written right now, which it's probably really beautiful when she says it. But I think there is a moment where, like, you know that image from House of M where Scarlet Witch says "No more mutants." It's kind of like that, except it doesn't get rid of all mutants. Instead, she casts this spell, so that gets you to a 7/0G. Unfortunately, you have to pick one of two things.
I'm going to take the obvious choice and expose myself to danger, as I think basically I get a super compressed ball of silhouette to the face.
Yeah, I think you get the ball of silhouette in your face, but your gravity and the sealing spell will suck it right back into the ball. And when you get sucked into the spell, and it's like there's like this nice gold silver ball containing this goo. It goes still. Goo in the ball. And I think you think to yourself, well, that's a job well done. And I think in the interest of time, I think we're gonna end the shot of the masquerade. I'm gonna get epilogues from everyone for this specific arc, what they're doing after us. But like, I think there's like a montage of like, you got the goo, which the authorities come. I think weird enough, Kasey, to you, it's not Aegis who comes. It's like just local authorities. They put in Silhouette. They have a special canister because they've dealt with Silhouette in Prospect City before. You know, there's that attack of the mayor, but they put the goo in special canisters and they take Silhouette away. All right, so I think we're gonna, in the interest of time, we're just gonna go like one last shot from each people. Then we'll probably deal with the fallout of this properly next week. So I want to leave 0G for last, for reasons that are hopefully obvious to everyone. Who has an idea of a final shot of them at the end of this masquerade?
I'm whooping with joy when and with the result of the fight, and I'm basically going around slapping people on the shoulders, and Holly's back to her old joyful self. She's going up to people. She's talking about all the great stuff that happened. And did you see that? Did you see what they did? And
that's cool.
I'm celebrating with people.
Yeah, I think people are celebrating with you. Some of them are still monologuing, but celebration's there.
And triggering the team move, because I think we're all going to be celebrating as a result of this, or most of us are.
Oh yeah, let me just say that. Okay, all right. Let's figure out what happens there next week, if that's okay. I'll keep making note of that. Definitely, I want to see how people react to that. For sure. All right, who else has like a final shot?
Sorry, my line keeps on breaking up. What was that?
Oh, I was just saying, like, we'll resolve your team move next week, just in terms of wrapping up. But I'm gonna make a note for that. All right, who has a final shot?
Yeah, and that one pairs neatly with my team move, which I will wrap it next week probably. But Mary like picks herself back up, kind of reforming into Mary instead of Goop, and giving Princess Hollyhock a high five, and just very tiredly sort of goes to find Stalwart. So we need to talk.
Yeah, I think they've stood up now, and they look tired as well. Even though all they did was like, well, they did a lot of work. They really helped Kasey there. And they say like, we do. I'm sorry, but we really do. Save that for next week.
I think what we will see of the Serenade is that they turn to Osprey and say, see, that is what I'm good at.
I think they I think you get the feeling like the Lament of Shadows doesn't they're not a combat sort of implant. So I think they actually like proper like hug you and say like, oh my god, I was so worried. Oh my god, I didn't. Oh my god, you were. Oh, they're quite speechless. They're like, oh my god, you know so much. But yeah, they give you a really tight hug.
I am letting them because I know they're there and I know what they're doing, and that's fine.
Kasey.
Kasey activates her celebration move, but that's for last time. But she turns around, she looks at Stalwart talking with Mary, looks at Time and Dust, closes the face of the helmet, takes it off, shows the helmet to Diamond Dust, and staring on her eyes, she Thanos snaps the helmet and the armor into dust. I don't need this. Here I am, as vulnerable as I can be.
Oh, I think we'll settle that next week as well. I think there's an after party everyone's going to next week. Unfortunately, one person won't be going. Zero G, what's the last we see of you?
Yeah, so I think Zero G has stood with Screech, and I think he takes one of her hands and says, "You know, I think this has actually set a new record low for first dates, and believe me, there's some stiff competition, but it was still kind of worth it." And then, if that's okay, Andrew, I think as he's saying that, one of the police officers puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Haruki Goto," and he just sighs and puts his hands out in front of him for the cuffs.
Oh, poor Haruki Goto. You are under arrest due to emo crimes. Thanks, Ludo. All right, cool. I think we'll have one last shot. As you're kind of being led away, everyone's kind of celebrating. Screech is probably going to tell everyone where you went. I think they were about to say something when the police officer came. I think there's a moment where one of Zero G's eyes just turned black. And that's the last panel of this issue. As they're being led away. And that's it for this session of Masks. Holy Christ in a bike. Jesus, that was a session and a half. Oh my God, you folks are just... God, I always want to say this in another broadcast. You folks are amazing. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for that. That was a conclusion and a half. Oh God. Yeah. All right. I'm going to end this broadcast because some people are sick, and I do want to do very quick stars and wishes with them. But I'm going to end this broadcast now. Thanks very much, folks. Oh, end of session. Oops. Thanks, Sabine. End the broadcast. Not yet. StreamYard for the first time. I was very happy for that option. All right. Let's do end of session. All right. Left to right. Mary, how are you feeling? Grow closer into your own image, or grow away from the team.
I grew closer to the team, and the person who made me feel welcome was Holly, who did all of her amazing magical stuff to save the day and shield me like my personal knight princess defender. So you can have influence over me, Holly.
Yeah, Holly's finally getting influence over people. And of course, you can choose to mark a potential or clear condition. You've got a number of them. You've got a number of conditions there, pal.
I'm gonna clear a condition. I have so many to clear. I'll take a second to think of which one, but feel free to move on.
Okay, cool. Serenade, how are you feeling?
I think I grew closer into an image of myself because because the last fight that was like, okay, this is where I am, this is what I'm good at, what am I really doing here? But well, okay. The whole ball was just showing them that they're not like other things, I guess. So I will shift my labels now, and I think I will shift my danger up, and my superior, I think it's the superior that goes down, because I like the savior one. Saving people seems fine. That's useful.
Yeah, it's useful. You got saved. Someone got saved. I think it was you. Yes. No, was it? Oh yes, yeah, we did. The little end of that fight, you were being saved. Why did I blank on that? Okay, all right. Kasey, how are you feeling?
Am I less angry or guilty after destroying Errant?
That's up for you to tell me.
Do that clear a condition or not?
Oh yes. Sorry, say it again. What was the?
I guess it can maybe fulfill the requirements of angry or guilty.
Oh yes. I think it's make a sacrifice. You're not just breaking a helmet. You're revealing yourself as vulnerable as you are. So I think you can clear guilty.
Yeah, I cannot go back as Errant now.
Oh dear.
And I grow closer to the team. And the person that I grew closer was probably Mary. This entire exercise was for her benefit, to be honest.
Clearly, you don't hate me forever because you tried to whack my future self. Wait, that might actually prove that.
Yes.
Okay, we're moving on.
Wait, don't you shift my labels?
Yes, it has to happen. Mary has to shift your labels.
Oh yeah, I do have to shift your labels because I already had influence on you. So I think as much as it's an unmerry move, I'm gonna move your mundane down and your freak up because you went totally awesome, like whack people, do cool stuff this session.
Hell yeah.
And had a secret identity and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and who just got enough advances to change a playbook? Who? I don't know. Right on time. Wow, it's amazing. The synergy. Princess Hollyhock, how are you feeling?
I think Holly's grown much more into an image of herself, realizing she doesn't need diamond dust.
Oh, I should have added a moment. There was clearly a moment, I think, before Kasey gets her attention. I think there was clearly a moment where Diamond Dust was like, I think the panel shots, like you celebrating and she's watching you from afar. You might not need Diamond Dust, but are you sure she doesn't need you?
Oh, that's good. I love that.
We'll see. We'll figure that out next week. Yeah. What's the shift? What's the label shift you're doing?
I think I'm going to shift my. I think I'm going to shift my. I think I'm going to shift my. Oh goodness, I have no idea. I think I'm going to shift my. I think I'm going to shift down one mundane and shift my freak up.
Hell yeah. What is up with an outsider who's not feeling a little bit freakish? What happened there? Lots of label shifting. Cool. And last, I mean, I don't know if we'll see you again, Zero G, but we might as well do the session moves.
Yeah, sure thing. No, I'm going to. I think I've grown closer to the team. In classic, like now we've stood together to face an opponent sort of thing. And I feel like some of the rift between me and Mary has kind of been resolved, maybe. So I will give Mary influence over me.
Which they didn't have before. Now they do.
And I will also, they become really powerful. So that also is enough to get me my next advance. And I'm going to take the one that lets me, that gives me +1 to a stat and lets me permanently reject Silhouette's influence.
Just in time.
It seems appropriate.
Yeah. Oh my god. I have to figure that out between this week and now I can end the broadcast. Thanks very much for catching out, Sabine. All right, so I'm going to this broadcast. I already said my thanks. Y'all are great. Y'all are fucking great. I'm sad to see we're not going to see David next week, but well, see you again some other time, folks. Bye, YouTube.